realest podcast ever, realest podcast ever. Two brothers bringing thinking on a second level. Music, sports, fashion, politics, and the streets. The best 2 hours out of every week. YDN, dinosaurs, and YBODs. Real talk every time, this is what you need. We just out here popping shit. It's your boy C. Diddy and Matt makes me sick. TRPE, TRPE, go. TRPE, TRPE, go. The realest podcast ever. The realest podcast ever.
Why can't? Oh, there we go. Couldn't hear myself for a second there.
Yeah, really.
And from that, you're hearing the sweet sounds of I Know Brosco, and we have an intro, bitches. It only took 55 episodes.
Only took 50 episodes.
But we're here. Once again, we are back. It's the realest podcast ever, episode 55. It's your boy C. Diddy.
That makes me sick.
And we hate everybody.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely.
That's a consistent and a constant.
Yo, listen, I'm not trying to be funny, yo. Like every day on Instagram, my text messages, somebody DM me, and they be like, "Yo, I'm on board. I hate everybody too," and I'll be like, "Yo, I love it. Like that shit is so dope."
We're like mobilizing right now. We're like Magneto.
I'm happy that you finally have came over and see where I'm talking about.
Yeah, no, fuck everybody.
Society as a whole is just in the fucking toilet. I don't know how we get it out, but. Me personally, I don't think it comes out of the toilet, but
yeah,
that's neither here nor there.
Real quick, I want to start the show with a couple shout outs. I want to send congratulations to my fake bestie Lauren. She graduated yesterday. Congratulations on her associate's degree. I'm sure she's going to go work somewhere and get on people's nerves effective immediately. So congratulations on that. And then unfortunately, in bad news, I want to give rest in peace to two of my friends that I lost this week. My man AI from West Philly and my boy Amin that was actually killed last night. And it's just like a constant theme. We've been talking about this shit going back to the fucking Camaro Rob show. It's just like every fucking week at this point. Various people, well-liked guys, people with kids, like losing their fucking lives. And I don't know what to make of some of this shit anymore. And it's almost like Philadelphia is like regressing. Like, remember that whole thing in the beginning of the year? We went the first however many days without a murder and this and that and all that shit. And that was like, ever since, it's like every fucking week we giving a rest in peace shout out to somebody. But I do want to have like a quick little moment of silence for Amin and AI. And, just make sure y'all pray for their families, man. And it's just a fucking tragic situation. And, similar type of situations with both of them. Execution style, all that shit. It's like, that's extreme. That's like a little extreme.
I mean, yeah, I don't know, because I can't speak on it. I don't know the circumstances. I don't even know these people. So
yeah,
I think the way that like our generation handles death is just so weird.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier a little bit.
It's like everybody rushes to social media to like be the first one to post a pic just so they can have everybody commenting on it. Like, what? OMG, what happened? And I see them what happens, and I just be like, I don't know what happened, but
right.
I'm not about to ask that because I have class.
Yeah, that was actually my y'all weird for the week. So we're gonna start the show off with a y'all weird.
Yeah, like I went to kindergarten.
The what happened shit.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, what happened? Like, listen, bitch, the same shit that's gonna happen to you if you don't fucking show some respect. That's what happened. Calm the fuck down. It's never that deep.
Like, yeah, it's ridiculous. I see those and I'm like, did y'all not have like parents? I don't know what the issue is, that it's like you don't understand like
raised by pit bulls.
Yeah, like the grieving process is it's just completely skewed now.
Yeah,
because
definitely.
of social media. It's like y'all don't even give the time for like the family and the friends and the close ones to like grieve before y'all start trying to outpost each other and piecing
shit together and doing y'all sleuth work
and then bringing up all of the fake stories and what happened was, and it just. It's a mess. Yeah, definitely. It's okay to just sometimes take a step back. And this is just me and my growth and how I've literally gotten to the point where my growth, I don't put any of my life on social media anymore. Just because it's like, I might post on a story that I'm going somewhere or doing something, but I'm not like doing like no, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's just always somebody trying to put 1 and 2 together to come up with 17, and it's just retarded. And like, it's okay for you to just take a step away and not be the focal point.
Yeah.
And, like, there's no reason for you. Like, if you have to comment on social media what happened, that means
it ain't none of your business. Yeah.
Like, it just ain't for you.
Like, you really far removed if you ask them what happened.
You know, and to me, I'm not trying to diss nobody or nothing like that, but it's just a certain, what's the word y'all love? Cloth. You just are from to where you just don't, and people think cloth applies to street shit. No, cloth applies to just maturity, ignorance. It's just certain shit you don't need to do. And I saw multiple people on multiple posts today asking the same shit.
Same person on multiple posts.
Like the same chick I saw on 4 different joints.
Like, I'm going to get these answers one way or another.
Right. It's on 4 different posts. She said, OMG, wait, what? What happened?
So you telling me you shocked 4 times?
You shocked again. Because
I'm re-shocked.
You were shocked 17 minutes ago on my man post. And it's like, why are y'all like this?
Because they want to hit their group chats and be like, "Oh my God, girl, did you know such?" They want to break the news to their circle.
That's what I'm saying. It's like people try to outbreak the news to each other, and it's just like, yo, give that man family, his children, his wife, whatever, sisters, brothers, mothers, uncle. Give them a chance to go through the thing. I've seen people pass away, and the ex-girlfriend or the ex-wife is trying to outpost the new girlfriend, and it's just like, yo, like, for what?
Yeah.
And that's where I really just be on the tip, like, yo, Jesus come back. The first thing he got to take, the first thing he got to take is 76. And then he got to take Instagram. Y'all are terrible with that, John.
Instagram just got everybody turned into burnouts. Like, y'all look for instant gratification for everything. I see the same, like, little meathead heifers every week deleting all they posts and reposting them at more optimal times, trying to get to the desired number of likes that, oh, I got new followers. Let me hit them with this joint. They ain't see this heat right here. I'm going to delete this joint and then start over.
And it's funny because I like, when I'm driving, the other day I was driving the bus and I had to, like, basically make a detour for myself because, like, one of the streets is blocked off. I was trying to get downtown because I start downtown. And I cut down the Parkway, and I seen, what's the place where all the niggers go now on Parkway?
All the niggers. It's
like a outdoor area up on a roof.
Oh, Assembly.
It was
they've ruined that one.
Yeah, it was some, it looked like a Knuck If You Buck video was going on. I seen it, like, the niggas was in front of Assembly, and you on a Parkway, so it's like law firms and banks and businesses, and there's a lot of white people in khakis and
one of the most prestigious hotels in the city right there.
It's a lot of that going on, but then in the middle of that, you see like a bunch of dreads and everybody got on Wave Runner 700s, and I'm like, oh, there go the niggas right there.
Crime mob.
Yeah, and I'm talking about, it's like all this life going on and people are on lunch break and doing whatever they doing. And then I know where I see a group of like 5 niggas all with their middle fingers up and a nigga taking a picture, and I'm like, oh, that's for the gram right there. And I'm just cracking up to myself. I'm like, oh, that's for the gram right there. And it amazes me at how it's like, you can't even just go enjoy it's a nice day. You about to go up on the deck and order a bunch of shit. Why? Like, Instagram is, whew. It's a headache.
It's a cesspool.
Yeah, it's a headache within itself. But rest in peace to them 2 brothers. Like I said, I didn't know them.
Yeah. Shout out.
God bless the day.
Our OG Big Reed. He called me from Vegas today. This morning. Like, yo, what the fuck is going on?
Funny. Because you'll Reed me in the poker room.
Yeah.
Reed is one of the funniest niggas on the planet, yo. I don't know if you ever got a chance to just sit with him and listen to him.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like, yo, Reed is...
since fucking 2001.
Reed is funny as shit. He fucked with me instantly at the poker room. He just seen me one day, big man, come in, put me, he be down Onyx and all that shit. And me, him, and Lee just started talking. Sometimes I'll literally be like, I got to get at his table just for the shit that he be saying.
Reed called me today. He said, man, that shit crazy, man. He said, he was out the way, man. This is some bullshit, man. He said, that's why I just tell these niggas all the time, just kill your motherfucking selves and let us live.
Yeah.
Kill yourselves, niggas.
Yeah. Like, it's... I don't know what to say. I was watching videos today on Twitter, like, a lot of shit going on in the country. I saw Did you see the cop pull the gun on the guy for the Mentos?
No.
Yeah, excuse me. At the convenience store. I forgot what city they were in. He came in, took $60 out of the ATM. He bought a pack of Mentos from the convenience store. He was like, how much are these? The cashier said $119. He gave him $20. Off-duty cop came in and was standing behind him. So he gave the guy the 20. I guess they got one of those things where they put the 20 down in the feeder.
Yeah.
Like, like the safe, I guess it is. So he was doing that and then was going to get the change. So he had to walk over here to put that in there. So while he's doing that, that's when the cop came in. So the cop hasn't seen the actual scanning of the Mentos and him handing him the 20. So he comes back up to the register now, and the guy takes the Mentos and puts them in his pocket. He's waiting for his change.
Yeah.
As he puts them in his pocket, the cop pulls the gun out. Put that shit back on the counter. Get the fuck out of the store. He like, whoa, no, I pay for these. Get your fucking shit and get the fuck out of the store. And he like, yo, cool out. So the cashier gives him the change.
Yeah.
And the boy like, why the fuck would he be giving me change
if I didn't pay for this?
Just randomly. You know what I'm saying? He's like, get your fucking change and go. So he gets the change. Boy leave the Mentos. He like, and I'm out.
I fuck the Mentos.
He a Latino boy. He like, man, fuck this. Cop to the cashier like, did he pay for that? He was like, yes. He's like, you sure? He's like, I'm positive. He paid for it. That's why I was getting the change. Yeah. He's like, oh, I apologize. Come here. Get you. And he got the Mentos. He's like, go on, you can go. And went back to just like normal, and now it's the whole. And I'm just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and fucking Donald Trump got motherfuckers way too comfortable with the dumb shit.
So that was the first issue I seen. Then the next one, it was a group of black women. They were on vacation in. It was either Florida. I think it was Florida. They were on vacation.
Don't go to Florida.
I think it was Florida. They were on vacation. You know how you rent a house like we did when we went down Miami? They rented a house from Airbnb, I believe it was, and they were leaving out of the house like it was their vacation was over. They were leaving. One of the neighbors saw them and, tried to talk to them, and they ignored her.
Yeah.
And the neighbor went in and called the cops and was like, there are black people stealing furniture and shit out of this house. They were taking their luggage. So, of course, the cops show up, helicopters, and the black women out there snapping like, is y'all fucking serious? Like, and I'm just like, I'm watching these go on, and then I'm thinking about us, like, killing each other, and I'm just like, I said on Twitter, I'm like, I wish y'all would just stop, like, killing each other and all the bullshit with each other, because it's like, we got bigger fish to fry.
Way bigger.
Like, and y'all don't realize, like, it's already ridiculous. 5, 10, 15 years is like,
yeah, man.
like, it's getting to the point where you're black, you can't go to the store, you can't go on vacation, you
can't walk home.
Did you see the black women at the golf club? The golf course. They got kicked off the golf course because they said they're moving. You just can't do shit.
Yeah, you can't go nowhere.
And I'm just like, they kept pumping that scenario like, oh, these black women, they've played golf at golf courses all over the country and all over the world. They're part of a group that's called, I forgot what the name of their group is, but they play golf a lot.
Yeah.
I'm like, why does that matter? What if it was their first time?
Yeah, it shouldn't fucking matter. Nobody has the right to have their civil rights violated for no reason.
That's the exact tip.
But when you black, it's all these contingencies. Like, well,
he wasn't actually breaking the law, or he's never broke the law in his life. Like, actually, and it's like, why does that matter?
Like, you do know it costs so much ridiculous amounts of money to get access to these country clubs and these golf courses and all that. Like, that's not no easy feat alone. It's an approval process, the whole shit. Like, some of these places you gotta put in advance 2, 3, 4, 5 years sometimes to be able to even play golf in these places. So why, when I show up, it's like, oh shit, we ain't know you was coming. Like, no, motherfucker, I've been playing this shit for 24 months. What are you talking about?
Yeah, really. I'm just watching these issues and watching these things go on, and it's like every day there's a new issue or a new outrage or a new Starbucks, a new something. And
did you see the Starbucks shit? They saying that they settled with the city, but they didn't say nothing about what they settled with Starbucks.
No, I knew that was gonna happen though, because the city really is like the city kind of didn't draw. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, I just think that it's in the whole thing with the police. It's like, stop being fucking police all the time and de-escalate some shit.
It's hard though. Like, perfect example. Me and my girl, right? We in AC, just on the whim, like going down the AC, and I made a turn, and my girl was like, "Why the fuck did you make that turn that wide?" And I'm like, I'm a bus driver. I didn't even realize that I turned like my truck like wide as shit.
Yeah.
It's like by habit. true story. I'm coming down Walnut Street one day. I'm coming from the sneaker store. And I pull up to 17th of Walnut. It was a dude on the corner in a wheelchair. I pulled up and was like, and I'm like, oh, damn. I ain't got to pick him up. Because I'm thinking
I ain't got to pick him up.
Because I'm thinking I'm driving the bus. Like, let me pull over, take my seatbelt off, get out. But it's like, it's second nature. So it's like, Carl, I remember me, Carl, and Kev, we was out there for that prayer joint that night for the kid. And it's damn near pitch black. We're walking up because it was nighttime. And we walking up, and I remember Kev, he was like, Kev's like maybe 15, 20 feet in front of us. And he turned around because we was walking past Carl's car. He turned around and was like, yo, your stickers expire? And Carl like, what the fuck are you talking? Like, dog, stop.
We not here for that.
Like, turn it off.
Yeah.
But it's just difficult. So
because I'm just thinking about that Starbucks situation. It's like, all right, it's 4 or 5 police officers show up anyway. That's overkill from the drive about a fucking dispute about sitting in a fucking public place where people meet and gather all day, every day. I get that. But as a black police officer, which there were some black police officers, why you can't say, yo, come here, man. What the fuck is you doing, man? Here's 25 cents. Get a fucking cookie and sit your stupid ass down here. You know what I'm saying? Like, why you want to make a big deal about this shit and go about your fucking day?
I agree.
As opposed now it's an international incident and the CEO of Starbucks got to fly here and all this and that because the police don't know how to de-escalate shit and because the manager is a punk bitch who don't know how to fucking talk to people and just be real.
Another issue I saw this week, did you see the issue at Colorado State University with the kids on a college tour? You missed everything this week, friend. I don't know how I could. You saw that shit? 2 Native American kids. They look Latino, but they was Native American. You know, you go on a college tour. It's a group of y'all. They show up to the college tour late. So when they showed up, they just came right into their group. You know what I mean? So they don't got name tags and shit. You know how it be. So they're on the tour, and the tour director is like asking them questions. Both of them are like, what's the word? Introverts. Like they're
real shy,
don't talk and shit, which is, again, your civil fucking right.
Yeah.
One of the white girls in the tour gets nervous because they're not talking and they showed up late. She called the cops. Yeah, these 2 guys just showed up. I don't know. I think they're like on, mission. I don't know what's going on. Cops swarm the fucking, shut the university down. Cops show up. And I'm just like, yo, when you're a minority, you can't do jack shit. Like, these young boys, 17, so the cops show up, take all their IDs, searching them and shit. Like, yo, what are you doing? The cop straight told him, like, well, yeah, you out in society, you got to talk. You can't just be quiet. And I'm thinking to myself, like, that's
not a crime. Like,
what?
The same thing. Hold on, real quick. The same police tell you, what do you think you say can and will be used against you? And then you tell me that I gotta talk. No, the fuck I don't.
Justin's back. Justin's engineering.
Justin's here. Welcome, Justin, back.
Yeah, say something. What do you want to say, Justin?
So did you guys hear about the kid's background?
No.
So they drove.
I knew they drove a far
way.
They
drove 8 hours from New Mexico to Colorado for this tour. That's why they were late. They were driving to get there. And on an 8-hour multi-state drive,
and then you gave a SWAT team converge on you.
The one kid called his mom crying. His mom was telling him, "Just come home. You're not going there." So then
they spent their own money out of pocket. Yeah. Like their family only owns 1 car, and they're twins. Like these 2 brothers are twins. Family only owns 1 car, so they said they spent their own money. The family said drive up there to take your tour, and then this is what happened. And they held them. The cops held them long enough for the tour to end. Yeah. And they let them go basically right when the tour finished.
And so now the dean of the school says she wants to meet with them. And
I don't want to meet with nobody.
And I'm saying to myself, the dean of the school needs to meet with that young girl. Because that, white fear is allowed to just trump any and everything.
Yeah. And there's no repercussion for that.
Yeah, because it's like, you just ruin these kids' whole...
college experience.
It's fucked up, but it could be their lives.
Yeah.
Just on the whim that you felt nervous. So it's like, wait, what?
Like, why are you so nervous?
Why are you nervous?
Not to mention, Colorado is one of the safe states for Native Americans.
That's what I'm saying, and it's a fucking progressive state. Just period. As far as the laws and all of that shit, like what
that shit
the
don't matter.
fuck?
We got a scared white woman we got to take this.
What the fuck, man?
That's what I'm saying. I saw a lot of different joints this weekend. Everything I saw, I kept like making mental notes, and I'm like, white woman with black people on vacation, white man with a Latino guy buying Mentos, white woman with some Native Americans on college tour, and I'm just like,
this is nuts.
You a minority. It's getting to the point where you can't do shit.
No, you can only go to like 6 cities,
and you might have some bullshit there.
Right. But at the very least, if you in like New York, Philly, DC,
Houston,
Atlanta, and LA, you might be able to skate by.
Yeah.
Fairly unracist. My Philadelphia experience has been fairly unracist for the most part.
Yeah. You just haul off and pop up in Gainesville, Florida.
Oh no,
your ass.
You show up in Bethesda, Maryland, and you gonna have some problems potentially.
You show up in White Marsh, it might go
like, hold nigga, wait a second, what the fuck you doing up here?
I told you the interesting thing that was said to me that night was that night when they had me cuffed out there for the whole credit card shit. The detective boy was like, I don't get it. You pass a ShopRite on Ridge and Paoli. You pass a Super Fresh on Ridge and Domino. You pass a Acme on Ridge and Cathedral. Why do you come all the way out here to our supermarket? And I'm like, beg your pardon? And my girl was snapping, what the fuck you mean your supermarket? And I'm like, yo, chill. I'm like, fam, I'm an American. I live in America.
Go wherever the fuck I want.
If I feel like, I'm not trying to be funny, if I feel like driving to Fresno to go to a supermarket.
Yeah, that's within my rights.
It's within my...
Let me deal with the repercussion of my groceries being ruined when I get home.
Really?
That's none of your fucking business.
For 4 days with ice cream?
That's none of your fucking... That's none of your goddamn business, bitch. Mind yours.
Yo. Real shit.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Like, leave me the fuck alone.
Paul Mooney said he got pulled over. A cop asked him, where are you going? He said, I'm driving until I run out of gas. Period. This is what I'm doing. I'm just riding around till I'm on E. Let me get some gas and do this shit.
Holy
again.
shit.
Because that's your right. Like, that's my God-given
That's what I'm
right.
saying. I don't have to be, like, that's what I'm saying, like, with the police shit. Like, I don't have to be going anywhere. Like, the line of questioning that police hit you with when they're trying to pin something on you is, like, so fucking far left. And it's like, how did you even learn this dumbass technique of talking to people? Like, what do you mean, where am I going? Why does it fucking matter? I'm not committing a crime. I don't have a fucking rocket launcher on my back seat. I don't have a fucking an AR-15 in my trunk. But if I do and I'm licensed to carry and I'm transporting a weapon, I'm well within my fucking right. Yeah. Leave me the fuck alone. Why are you impeding me from going nowhere?
Yeah, really.
That's the real question here. Why are you stopping me from going nowhere?
Yeah, it's a nightmare, man. And I saw all these issues this week, and still in the back of my mind, I'm just like, we doing it to ourselves. Like, all the murders.
Oh, definitely.
I watch these videos of women fighting, like, nonstop.
That shit is crazy, yo. The other day, the joint that you tagged me to that Luck put up the other day, right?
Oh.
The funniest comment, and it was heartbreaking, but it was funny at the same time. The boy wrote, damn, these bitches can fight. I cried laughing at that shit for days, but I'm like, no, it's like unfortunate because these bitches really out here is just brutalizing each other.
Yo.
And they all mat size beating the shit out of each other. Where did y'all get a crew of 8 different bitches that all got beef that's all mat size? How?
They was some big
brawling bitches. They was throwing like somebody be getting the best of somebody else walk up, boom, and, you know what I'm saying? Still off on her. Now she's surprised. Like, it shit was going crazy.
They was some big women. Yeah, it's like watching y'all act like that as soon as it get nice. It's like, how you don't just go enjoy the day with your kids or sell some liquor in an IV pouch,
colostomy bag.
Yeah, why don't you just go and enjoy the day? Why is the first thing?
You know the joint I saw the other day. The bitch was selling the fucking airplane bottles. Talking about, yeah, these out. Let me know if y'all. I'm like, airplane bottles, bitch. I'm like, these shit's been around 80 years. Like, what are you talking
real
about?
Quick, since we on these type subjects of y'all acting a fool, y'all weird, man. Can y'all stop with the pretzels? Have you seen what they've done with pretzels, niggas? They got fucking shrimp Alfredo pretzels, fucking pulled pork pretzels. Yo, Have you seen some of these pretzels?
I saw like a crab, the crab meat joint.
Crab meat on a pretzel. Like, yo, a pretzel 35 cents. Why are we decking this out?
Yeah, my man, it's gonna be $38. It's market price.
No, pretzel $42, fam. It's got lobster meat on that.
It's market price right there.
Yo, like, what the fuck, man? Like, I seen that shit the other day. I saw a pretzel with shrimp Alfredo shit on, and it comes in this big, like, foil tin, and I'm like...
Yo, nothing still has beaten for me the mac and cheese lobster parfait in the fucking little plastic water ice cup.
That was a mess. That was an absolute mess. It wasn't being sold, but do you remember what the funniest food shit ever to pop on the timeline was?
Funniest food shit.
The second I say it, you're going to burst out laughing. The nugget hoagie. Remember that?
The fucking nogie.
Yo, the nugget hoagie was one of the funniest fucking things I've ever seen in my life. Dog. Yo,
fucking nugget hoagie.
Oh, one of the dudes in my job, yo, he's like the fattest nigga on earth, and that's because I'm saying that, so that's how you know.
You know it's stamped.
I seen this motherfucker go buy a $5 hot and ready pizza from Little Caesars, and then get 20 nuggets from McDonald's and put them on the pizza. He's like, yeah, it's the nugget pizza. I'm like, you're gonna be dead before you're 36.
I'm calling the police.
Yo,
I'm saying I'm calling the fucking police, bruh. And I'm all for a 20-piece nugget from McDonald's, but goddamn, bro, not on the Little Caesar.
We'll go into it. Like, and I be telling him, like, yo, you gotta like stop. You know what I'm saying? Because we big dudes. Like, there's a lot of big motherfuckers I work with.
Like, you gonna die.
But it's like, you know, that whole shit this week. You know what I'm saying? I keep it a being with you. Like, I found out this week I have cardiomyopathy is the technical term for it, and it's basically the abnormal function of the heart. So my cardiologist, I had an EKG, then I had a echocardiogram.
Yeah.
And he says my heart is operating at between 80 to 85%. So he basically attributed like high blood pressure, what I'm eating, and then work-related stress.
Yeah.
So I almost quit that next day. You know,
like, fuck this, I'm out.
Yeah, I'm like, I just got my taxes. I'm like, I'm gonna make this little 4,200 do what it do.
Bust a jug.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But you know, we gotta take care of ourselves. You know, that's just being real, being serious. Yeah, I've been drinking a lot more water, trying to cut all the bullshit out. You know what I'm saying? Get back, because I was doing real good at one point, and I just stopped. You know, and we got to take care of ourselves.
Shit, so was I. The fuck, I was doing fantastic. I was down
I lost 100 and like 30.
Well, I was down like 20 something.
Yeah,
I stopped eating. I stopped eating after 9 o'clock. I stopped drinking anything that had high fructose corn syrup in it, and I cut out all white grains out of my diet. I lost so much weight so fucking fast. I was down to damn near like my college weight, and then I just ate all the shit back.
I don't have a college weight, but I'd like to get to it. I don't know what it is, but yeah, whatever the fuck I was at 19, 20, that sounds
trying to be that again.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, Rod's coming through.
Oh, today?
Yeah, he said he's on his way.
Oh, shit.
He texted me, where you at? I'm like, the studio. He says,
shout out to Rod.
I'm on the way.
So, real quick, before we get into these whole topics.
Rod must have nothing going on.
No, not
nothing.
This is the most that Rod's ever popped up on us. This is the second time he's popped up on us this year.
Yeah.
Shout out to Rod. So, before we get into all the topics, the title of today's show is Cancel Kanye, ... and R. Kelly. But before we get into all of that, we just want to thank all our supporters and listeners. We did 106,000 downloads in April.
Realistically, 120.
Yeah, realistically 120, but we account for the variance.
Yeah.
For all the advertisers out there.
I just found out what the variance is. Like,
Matt's like, well, what the fuck? Where's the fuck is the other 15,000 downloads? I mean, what did you do with the downloads? Because if we got them, then I want them. Run them and add them to the number.
But they explained it, so I understand the variance in it. But
yeah,
you know,
so
still, all in all,
over 100K for April. We got to be closing in on 1 million downloads lifetime.
That's not even close. We've been past that.
Oh, we passed that? Yeah. Oh, shit. All right. Well, I need to get a cool graphic made and post it on Instagram.
We've been past that like a long. We might be, honestly, we might be closer to like 2. And easily at like 1.5, some shit like
that. Where's Migos at this point? Where's Migos for president?
I'll check that. I wouldn't be surprised if that's close to 500,000.
That's
what
probably
I'm saying.
Yeah,
like it's probably at like 1 point something.
All right, well, tag this episode with some shit about the Migos.
Yeah, but I remember when we was...
just have to tag it with Kanye and we'll be good to go.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
there we go. Lightning rod.
Like, I remember when we were doing like 30,000 in a month. So it's like, you know, to be at now where we're consistently the #1 podcast throughout the whole network is like...
Not excluding nobody. The sports shows, all that shit. Historically speaking, all right, when you talk about podcasting...
One of my favorite quotes from you is, we beat all the shows. We beat the sports shows, the hoe shows, the gossip shows, the sucking dick shows. I'm like...
All the shows.
All the shows. one.
Yeah, so for those of you that don't know, like when it comes to like the world of like media and sports and like recorded media and shit like that, sports trumps all, because it's the one thing that like brings everybody together. So on our network particularly, we have very big sports shows that work like damn near directly with like the Eagles and CBS and like all these other fucking major corporations and shit like that, and we're literally like this little small indie podcast that just works the shit out of our network and gets the most out of people that we know, and people fucking love this show and they tell people and spread it and all of that shit, and it's catapulted us even past the sports show. So that in itself is an achievement alone, let alone to do this shit 3 months in a fucking row, and our numbers to keep going up more and more and more.
You made me think about something when you said that, and I forgot that fast.
Sorry.
So what was the first thing you said when you started talking right there?
Oh, sports media trumps all because it brings people together. Blah, blah, blah.
I lost it.
All right, cool, whatever.
I'll try.
So yeah, over 100K downloads, 106,000 to be exact in April. Probably closer to 120 when you add the variance back in there, but whatever. We'll take that. Thank you to Kicks USA. For those of you that have not listened to the Realest Sneaker Podcast Part 1, make sure I go back and listen to that. We need them downloads to be high.
Yeah.
And the downloads for that show was not included in April's numbers because it was dropped May 2nd. So that didn't even count. So we want to have a banner. Maybe we want to double the number that we just did, just like we did the prior month over month. So make sure y'all listen to the Kicks USA podcast. We're planning on doing that once a month with them going forward. And in a very interesting story, Matt pointed out to me that a fake TRPE popped up.
Yeah.
There's a fake The Realest Podcast ever.
Somebody put it on put me because they hit me on Twitter and was like, "I'm trying to find your podcast," and I'm like, "Well, just type in the word." She was like, "What's your podcast?" And I'm like, "The Realest Podcast Ever." She was like, "I'm trying to find it," and I'm like, "Well, type in
The Realest
Podcast Ever," and So then she sent me that screenshot. I was like, "Is this it?" And I'm like, "Did Chad change the logo and not say that?" So now I'm looking. I'm like, "No, that's not it." I'm like, "What is that?"
Where is this at?
In the Apple store, Apple Podcast store,
iTunes?
on iTunes.
Yeah.
There's a whole nother show called The Realest Podcast Ever, spelled identically.
Well, it's not spelled identically, but
It's not.
Nah, the is different.
So what are they? THA?
Yeah.
I'll look into it.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and get them deleted out of the out of the store. They gonna have to find another name.
like a month ago, I got a show trying to steal 4th and John's name kicked off. So let's do this to you.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get them out of here. So shout out to the 2 random country bumpkins running that show. I'm gonna need everybody to go ahead and leave 1-star ratings and nasty comments on their feed, much like I did earlier. I'm petty like that.
You're super petty.
And yeah, so they gotta go. So shout out to the fake TRPE. They're 2 episodes in. Let's make sure that they don't get 2 more off. Thanks, Just.
Just do it.
Back to you in the studio, Just.
Y'all are funny, man. But how was your week? Like other than
My week fucking sucked.
I told you I was sick for most of the week.
Yeah, my week fucking sucked, man.
My allergies, like people don't understand. I got real bad allergies. Like they kick into overdrive. Normally it's in April, but with the delayed weather, like this week when it finally hit 90 and you can like see the pollen on the cars. Man, I came out there. I was a mess the other day. So I've been dealing with that shit all week.
Yeah.
I'm actually still, you see me with all the halls and ginger ale, and I'm still going through it. But
my life is so boring now, yo. I'm literally like living for the weekend. Like I'm looking forward to the weekend, like every week. Like, all right, I get paid. We're gonna do a party. I'm gonna make some more money, hopefully. Like every weekend is like the same shit, and it's like I'm trying to like find some other stuff to occupy my time. I'm waiting on. I got all my paperwork and all that back for my LLC, for my real estate development company and all that shit. So I'm trying to like find a property soon. But I got like a couple more niggerific expenditures to get out the way. So once those are done, then I'm back being a real estate mogul, and then I can fucking find something to do with myself Sunday through Thursday.
I want to get into that, man. Like, honestly.
Yeah, we got to make that happen. I was talking to my man, Cole, a couple weeks ago, and he, like, is adamant about, like, wanting to start a, like, an investment group to whatever. It's like everybody throw in 5-10 grand or whatever. You get 20 people, everybody throwing 5 grand. You got 100 bands, and then you just work it. Then when you get to a certain number, everybody get a disbursement, and then you go back in, do another project or whatever the case may be. So that might be something that we could talk about.
I didn't know if I wanted to do that. I mean,
okay.
At a max 2 to 3 people, because the profit margin. You know what I mean? Like the whole thing with the hard money lenders and all. I don't really want to do that because it's like you're not going to see the big. You know what I'm saying? The big reward at the end of it. So it's like I more so would want to do like I will talk about it.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you do hard money lender and it's limited to like,
I don't want to do that. That's what I'm saying.
No, that's the fucking best way to do it.
Like I want to like put the bread up. Like
nobody smart puts their own money up. Well,
but the hard money lender is going to take the biggest piece of the pie, though.
Not necessarily. It just depends. Like for example, like if you talking about the whole thing is any real estate deal is one on the front end, like in terms of how you negotiate the price for the property, and then like how much you end up paying for materials and what you put into the fucking house, because the back ends, the ARVs are going to be what they're going to be. Mm-hmm. So the return value is going to be what they're going to be, with the exception of certain shit you can do to drastically change an ARV, which is like a finished basement, adding a bathroom, like usable shit that people normally don't fucking do. So if you get in at the at a fair number, like so for instance, like the property that we did in Winfield or whatever, paid 60 grand for the crib. We ended up going over budget, putting like 57,000 in it. We was at 117 and we ended up selling it for 170. Of the initial amount, we had to come with like 20% of the money or whatever. So the investor gave us like 90. We put up a collective 30. And then, on the back end, we ended up probably making, once we factored in the monthly payments, we probably made like another 35,000 on the back end or whatever, but we didn't have to use all our money.
Yeah.
So it's like the whole thing is you have to have an exit strategy with the hard. That's where
with anything.
That's where the hard money shit gets sticky. When you don't have an exit strategy and you just like my cousin got jammed up like that a few years ago. He took 40,000 from a hard money lender, and ended up paying 105 back because he defaulted on the fucking loan. They took him to court, tried to take his property because the property was a mixed use property. So they tried to take the fucking property. Like, no, fuck you, keep your money. We want your property because that's worth 200. And he had to go through all this shit and ended up paying back 105 on 40 when he probably should have paid like 52 on the 40, and he fucked himself badly. So that's the pitfalls of the shit. But if you like got a good realtor, you got a good team that's gonna work, get through the work and get in and get out of that shit, that's the best way to be able to do potentially multiple properties at once. Because once you get in with a hard money lender and you prove that you gonna do what the fuck you say you're gonna do, they'll just give you all types of fucking deals. You can draw your own agreements. You can pay him the fucking interest on the back end. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't even got to pay the monthly. Like, nah, I don't want to pay the monthly juice on the money. I just want to pay all at one lump sum. All right, cool, no problem. They'll do whatever if you prove that you got a system for going through this shit. Philly real estate is just like, it's so fucking hard to even find properties at this point,
you,
dog.
Nate gonna come up here one of these days. Nate was like, this ain't like no shit y'all doing in like no living room. And I'm like, no, we ain't like a real studio. He's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna come up there. But he got like 13 properties. He was telling me the other day, he was like, them days of getting properties for $3 grand. He's like, that shit is just over now.
That shit is super over.
Yeah, but he bought a bunch of Jones back in the day. And he like rent out rooms.
Yeah.
That's why I told you he was the one with all the crazy room stories and shit. So yeah, we gonna get Nate up here one of these days, come talk some shit. But,
the fucking, like, it's so many like North Jersey and New York investors and shit coming down here to Philly, and they be having like a $12 million budget, and a nigga there with 12 bands.
My homie I work with, he went to the sheriff's cell, and he was like, yeah, man, I'm gonna get me a crib. He's like, I had already had the crib scoped out, went past it, seen it, was on the corner. I'm like, I'm getting that joint. He's like, I went in that bitch with 14 grand on me, like, I'm getting that motherfucker. He's like, we started the bidding, motherfucking 1,000, nigga, right here, 2,000. What's up? He's like, Asian boy, like 3,000. I'm like 4,000. He like, Asian boy, like 5,000. I'm like 6. He like, Asian boy, like 7. He's like, I had to check my pilot. All right, 7,500. Let's slow this motherfucker down. He said, man, we got the 13. Asian boy was raising his hand. And I said, fuck that.
What else y'all got, man?
Yeah.
The fuck?
Yeah, be cracking the fuck up with that. But yeah, that's what he was saying. Nate was telling me that shit too. He's like, it's so many foreigners and shit from Jersey coming down and just buying any and everything. He's like, them motherfuckers is out there paying 30, 35 grand for lots.
Yeah.
Like, it ain't even no house there. They just buying the lot.
Yep. I seen some. I was at a sheriff's sale one day. I seen a motherfucker buy like 14 lots.
Yeah. He's like,
same bull. Yep.
Nate was like, yo, I remember you go to sheriff's sale motherfucking 2,700, nigga, and walk out with a property. He's a motherfuckers in there buying lots, 35, 40 grand. Like,
yeah, you seen that shit? You sent us in the group chat the shit in Baltimore, the fucking dollar house shit.
About to move to motherfucking Amsterdam.
Like, man, how much for the block? Like, just give me a whole row of these motherfuckers.
I'll give y'all half a man. Let me get the whole fucking strip. Get all this shit out of here when y'all leave. Like, yeah.
The thing is, I mean, eventually, even though this is probably a shithole neighborhood, but eventually, if you develop the shit and if other people come in.
They said the thing is that you gotta live in the house.
Oh, you gotta live in it? Oh, no, fuck that.
So
ain't nobody living in West Baltimore. Baltimore.
Like, you figure, but that's how they get the neighborhood, though. You figure if everybody's like a working class motherfucker, eventually the shit'll flip itself over. But that's neither here nor there. Did we get all of our what's the word you always like to use for the technical shit?
For the technical shit? Oh, all the administrative stuff out of the way.
Administrative shit.
All right, so starting off
real quick before one more administrative thing. We need to get some more comments on our iTunes. We need to be charting
big time.
So it's like, yo, if y'all listening to this, pause the podcast right now. Go to the search option on your iTunes.
I'm walking through it with y'all.
I can't explain it on Google.
Click on the podcast app.
Click on the podcast app. Go to the bottom right. It's a search with a magnifying glass. Click it. Write the word "the realest podcast ever"
with spaces.
With spaces.
Realest, the space, realest space podcast space ever. Enter.
Hit enter. When the podcast comes up, click the fucking icon. You're gonna go to the homepage of the podcast, right? Am I right or am I wrong?
That's correct.
You're going through it. I'm not even looking. You click on the icon. Mm-hmm. Now, when you click on it, scroll down.
We have 239 ratings currently, all 5-star ratings.
It'll say write a comment, right?
Yep.
Click on it and write something.
Yep. It says tap to rate and then write a review.
It's that easy. Leave us a comment. Click 5 stars. We need to get them ratings back up.
Yeah, definitely. For the fucking number of downloads we doing, they only had 239 comments. Y'all kind of spam on the
What's crazy is though they don't comment on that. They comment in the mentions. Like the TRPE hashtag and my mentions be on fire. Sneaker niggas was arguing with me the other day and shit. What you mean you don't like Jordan 1s? I'm like, yo, what?
What you mean you don't like Jordan?
Whereas other podcasts get that shit on the comment section of iTunes. We get it on fucking Twitter. I'm happy you back on Twitter too, man.
I'm like half-ass on Twitter.
I mean, I see what's going on.
Yeah, I'm like tempering it. That Ted DiBiase tweet, though, was classic.
I didn't see it.
I said, chicks get one of them big-ass Gucci belts and turn into Ted DiBiase.
$1 million.
That one did a little something. That and then the joint I had the other day when Gucci was at the Celtics game and the Atlanta Hawks had the eyes on the fucking picture and I was like, son, we gave this nigga his own day. That
Did you see the actual video of that?
Yeah.
Where Robert Kraft is like looking at him and somebody had commented like the quote or the tweet was when it's 3 a.m. and your folks is making more plans. He's just looking at both of them like, what the fuck?
Like, so wait, y'all don't want to go home?
What's crazy, I stole a tweet the other day and the shit went like viral. The joint about motherfuckers eating crabs and getting shot.
Oh yeah,
I stole that from Ed.
Ed was pissed.
Yeah.
He was like, this is the remix.
I took that shit. That shit went like viral. But let's get into the actual meat of the show.
Yeah, so in the past 3 weeks, we've seen Kanye commandeer social media and just the media at large. And last week, his interview with Charlamagne came out. It was a very succinct, direct, straightforward interview.
His interview with Charlamagne was really, really good.
It was making so much sense.
If you haven't seen it, people, please.
Yeah,
it was an interview.
It was what I thought it was, which was going to be an explanation for all the seemingly craziness that he was writing on Twitter. And I have warned people, don't jump off the boat just yet because it's probably not as deep as you think because knowing what we know about Kanye, he does not think. He does not read. He does not educate himself. He just does shit. He's like the Joker. Like, he just feels and does shit and figures out later, like, oh shit, I shouldn't have done that. The Taylor Swift shit, that's a Kanye thing, just being emotive, like, oh, I don't feel like Beyonce should lose to her. Let me go up here and say some shit.
George Bush shit with some Kanye shit.
I don't feel like he likes black people. Let me say some shit.
Him going off about Jay-Z not bringing his daughter over.
My feelings are hurt. Yeah. Let me say some shit.
That's Kanye. Can I give my synopsis of Kanye?
Please.
I look at Kanye like a bull. Does that make any sense? Like
okay.
A Brahma
I'm
bull.
following.
When a bull is out in the pasture, like out in a field by himself, he's cool. He's chilling.
Best bull ever.
I.e. Kanye on the mountain with Charlemagne. He's literally at one. When he's out there in Calabasas in his $60 million house with no furniture, he is chilling. You take that bull and put him on one of them little blocks in Spain with all them people, he's tearing shit apart. Right. That's Kanye at TMZ. It's like when he gets around people and everybody's moving and functioning, he literally just, like, his mind just starts. And listening to him talk, like, Kanye has, like, issues. Like, he has mental
He has
problems.
deep-seated issues.
And
he has emotional trauma. He has unresolved issues about his mother's death. He has unresolved relationship issues, clearly. And he has image issues.
Because you know how I feel about the whole being famous shit. Like, I don't want... It's weird. Somebody asked me the other day, like, the podcast blow up. It seemed like Chad would really be happy and you wouldn't. And I'm like, no, it's not that, because I enjoy doing it. And this is like, you know, you like my brother. Like, we
absolutely.
We talk like this off the fucking podcast. So
that's like, how the podcast came about.
So it's like that. It's not that. I don't think like I don't need the circus around me, if that makes any sense. Yeah. Meek, not to go off subject, but did you see his date? You didn't see his Dateline.
I didn't get to see it.
I watched it before I came out of crib, and Meek was saying when I got addicted to the opioids. He was like, I got into this shit and it just happened so fast. He's like, I literally was rapping on a motherfucking DVD, you know, on house arrest. Next thing I know, I'm around T.I., Rick Ross, Diddy, all these motherfuckers. He's like, and I got caught up in the lights and the glamour and all the bullshit. And it's just like, being Kanye West to me just seems difficult. Like, it seems like it would be a hard thing to have to deal with.
Yeah, I mean, you're arguably one of the
top 10 famous people alive.
Yeah, and then you're married to the most famous person alive.
It's crazy.
Like, and you're a part of now the most famous family alive.
Like, the most famous family, like, maybe ever. Like, I mean, the Kennedys.
Yeah.
Like, there's just them and y'all. Yeah. Like, no one knows what the family of Anheuser-Busch looks like. You know,
nobody knows what the Miller family looks like.
Real shit. Nobody knows the Philip Morris family and none of that shit. So it's like, it's probably them or the Kennedys. So it's just being him just seems difficult to where it's like that nigga can't even go to like Wawa.
He's
like,
and here's the other thing that I just literally thought of on the spot. He's the one, other than Rob, he's the one constant male in that whole female dominated dynamic of a family. Like, you've seen Lamar come and go. You've seen Scott bounces in and out of the fucking family, and he got to go get up for fucking air and go fuck some young bitches and then come back and deal with his baby mom. You know, and you see all the fucking issues that Rob is having, fucking adjusting to all of the attention and all of that shit, and you know how he literally picked the wrong mate against everybody's fucking better judgment. Like, yo, what the fuck is you doing? Like, and he just wanted to rebel so bad against the machine that he purposely went and just did some shit like that he knew he shouldn't have did.
Yeah.
Let me go fuck a bitch that I know I shouldn't have sex with.
Yeah.
And get her pregnant. This is gonna be fun.
Yeah, how about it?
It was fun for a while.
Yeah, Black China, she got the only Kardashian baby.
The only one.
Only one.
The sole heir.
That's crazy. That's wild.
Fucking Angela from Baltimore.
Yeah, but yeah, just watching Kanye and listening to him talk about, you know, him like being on the pills after the lipo and just, you know, the whole issue with his mom, then Kim being robbed and just everything is just like, I felt sorry for him after watching the Charlemagne interview. Now, all of that compassion that was had or he mustered up for anybody.
Let's take that. Let's put in a little ball. Let's throw it out the window.
I envisioned him walking into TMZ and in his mind, everybody's wearing white with red scarves around their neck. And he's literally like, oh, it's Raging the Bulls time. Let me act a fucking fool in here.
Yeah, because he literally is his own worst enemy. He undid all the good faith that he had for about 2 hours.
Even with him wearing the MAGA hat. It was like, people was like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, I want to repurpose it. And it's like,
no, not really.
That's pretty stupid.
In the words of Taxstone, not really.
Yeah, like that's pretty stupid, but whatever. We still like the Yeezys, and motherfuckers is waiting on Yeezy season 6. So we'll let you rock out.
Sit your dumb ass down, but whatever.
Sit your dumb ass down. We'll let you rock out. And then it just unraveled, and he just went somewhere else.
And I actually watched. I don't want to be a victim of sound bites, so I sat and I watched the full 31-minute interview or whatever. I didn't gain any context. Like it didn't make me feel no better about what he said, because I feel like
he was trying to say a certain thing, but he didn't articulate it.
Piss poor job of articulation.
As weird as this sounds, and I know it's gonna be people who's gonna probably be mad at me, I get what he was saying, because I'm one of them people that when it comes to thought, I can take myself out of my shoes and put myself into your shoes to be like, okay, what was on your mind and what was you trying to do? You show up to TMZ with fucking Candace Owens. I get what you were saying, because her whole thing is black people need to not have the victim mentality.
Yes.
You need to have a victor mentality in order to get over the past, because that shit doesn't what's the word I'm looking for?
It basically doesn't get you anywhere by dwelling on your past and you're looking at your failures and all that.
But that's pretty much her whole angle on life. So when he says slavery was a choice, it went on 400 years, that should sound like a choice. Slavery didn't last 400 years. Like, he's speaking about now and the like mental prison that black people tend to put themselves in or be on. I get it. That's the shit we be on. With like, yo, stop fighting in the streets and stop doing this stupid shit. Stop killing each other. It just sounded so awful to say slavery was a choice.
In the air quotes in between slavery and choice, when you combine those words together, it just looks and sounds so bad. And you can tell that he was uncomfortable about the way he articulated, because we mentally enslaved. He immediately bounced to something else.
Yeah.
He didn't try to double back and like correct what he said. And, my whole thing is just knowing what I know about black history and the role of, black people in this country and all of that shit. And it's troublesome and it's destructive to me to hear those words put together. Slavery to me sounds like a choice, because when you are betrayed by your own people and you sold into slavery, that ain't no choice. When you cuffed and chained and fucking have the shit beat out of you the whole way from Africa to the ports in Pennsylvania and Maryland and North Carolina, all that's not a choice.
Can I just go? So at my job now, I like driving the double buses because the driver's area is real spacious and comfortable. The short buses is kind of tight.
Right.
I'm 6'1". I'm a big, not even me being big. I have long legs, like I have big feet. I like the longer buses because they're bigger area. So I come down the other day, try to give me a short bus. I ain't
doing that.
I need a long jump. They like, oh, it's gonna mess up the line. We got to put the long ones on this. You're going on a 9. Take a short bus. Nah, I need a long bus. So long story short, I went from the blocker to the foreman to the director, and now we're all in the same room. And they okay, I get it. You might be a little uncomfortable. This and this. It's not about being a little uncomfortable. My ancestors was uncomfortable when they came over here on the slave. The foreman's like, all right, just give him the goddamn bus. Like, why we even got to go? Because I'm about to go full.
I'm about to have my moment.
I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black and black. Like, I'm about to go there with y'all. And I got my bus, but it's like you just made me think about this.
So I say all that to say that for people that aren't as smart as me and Matt, when they hear that shit, all they hear is slavery was a choice. All they hear is slavery was a choice by this famous fucking jackass who his problems are Walt Disney won't give me $60 million to go fund whatever fucking masturbation toy or whatever the fuck I want to put out branded by fucking Yeezy. So it's like his level of problems, whatever. His level of problems aren't the same as me and Matt and Rod, who literally struggling every day to figure shit out and to do our fucking best job as we can as far as representing ourselves and not letting our families down and not getting smoked by the police and like all of this shit. And it just like marginalizes black people to the point where when rich affluent white people hear that shit, they like, yeah, Kanye telling y'all niggas the way the fuck it is. Like, no, that's not the way it is.
Kanye's gonna help us.
Kanye's gonna help us exactly. And that is the domino that we need to stop from falling, because once you get Candace Owens is one thing. She's a fucking rogue splinter cell over off here hovering on the fucking left wing, waiting to fucking get her little moment. Kanye co-signing her illuminates her and makes her voice bigger. Kanye spouting the same rhetoric that she does is damn near like stamping it and saying to white people that are in the mainstream media, like, oh yeah, this is the way it is, and y'all need to listen to Kanye because all y'all niggas do is bitches complain. But we never been paid as a race of people. We never been paid any form of land or currency reparation.
No.
The Native Americans, the Japanese, the Chinese, the Jews all have. By various governments around the world, because they not only acknowledge their struggle, but they say, we fucked up. Here y'all go.
Paul Mooney. Somebody the other day was like, yo, you reference Paul Mooney a lot. I'm like, he has the best, like, not even his stand-ups, his albums, because he be talking about shit like this.
Yeah, historical facts.
It's just comedy.
Yeah.
But he was talking about how the Native Americans they've literally got to the point where they don't even fight for this country no more.
No.
He's like, you go to Native Americans and be like, they're ruining the country. Be like, well, whatever, we gambling.
We got our shit. We got our land.
We gambling.
We got our reservations. We got our motherfucking casinos. We got government subsidies. We got all our shit.
That's y'all shit. We gambling. We ain't got nothing to do with that.
Long as don't no Rough Riders show up on the fucking plantation trying to smoke nothing, they gonna just go about their motherfucking day.
It's crazy. I was downtown the other day, right, and I'm just looking at the Jewish museum, the historical Jewish museum.
And there's one in every city, by the way.
On 5th and Market, and you know the African American Museum is on 7th and Arch, and I'm just looking at how just massive and big and done up and all the shit that's going on in front of the, and then you do the 48, you wrap around and come up Arch Street, and the African American Museum, if you're not looking for it,
you would think that shit the library.
It almost looked like a charter school.
It looks like a fucking. It looked like the library on 52nd Street.
And it's just like there. And I'm thinking to myself, like, how is that? And then you go further up Arch Street, and there's Chinatown.
Yeah,
like an actual town where they have their own grocery stores, their own fucking pharmacies.
They got spas.
They got the people that work in the motherfucking banks.
That's Rod, y'all here, by the way. Like. They got their own banks, like it's just their own little nucleus of life, and I'm like, we don't have that, and you keep going on the 48, and you come up through like Poplar and Aspen and Brown, like where the Eastern State Penitentiary is, and all of that is like white people, like their own little cafes and their own pharmacies.
It's called Fairmount
area. Yeah, exactly. All of that stuff. Then you
niggas used to die over there.
You come up and you cross Girard Avenue, and that's black.
Yeah,
and it's poppy stores and Chinese stores and beer joints that are owned by Koreans, and I'm just like,
we don't. Not only do we not have anything that we own as an economic base in the main economic thriving parts of the city, we don't even own shit in our own neighborhoods.
Like honestly, the 48 might be the one bus in the city where you really see the segregation and see it on so many different levels, where you're not even talking about black, white, Latino, you talking about rich, poor, and like super up. Like this shit is crazy at just how different this city be, and it literally be
in a snap of a finger.
You go a block, it's a whole different dynamic.
Yep.
Yeah. And it just is amazing to me where I'm riding up 29th Street and every single corner is a beer joint on this corner, a Chinese store on this corner, a poppy store on this corner, and you might be lucky if it's a breakfast spot. But the breakfast spot ain't even owned by black people.
It's owned by Asians.
It's owned by Asians, and it's 2 black waitresses in there, and the waitress can't even open the register. You ever go in a hood breakfast spot?
Like,
they'll take your order, get your food, all that shit, ring you up. When it come time to ring you up, they gotta go get Miss Kim.
Yeah, because Bonita motherfucking hand to be on the menu, she touched that goddamn register. You want some of these Bonita fingers, motherfucker? No, you're not gonna do it. So that's why. So because of the fact that we're economically powerless, and the fact that our biggest and best and most wealthy and brightest people will not help us.
No,
they refuse. Flat out.
It's easy for
They will build a school. They will not go to the neighborhoods where people need help the most and build some shit though.
It's easy for Ye to say slavery was a choice when you're in Calabasas. It's just easy.
Oh man,
easy to say that. Or sound like y'all on some slavery bullshit.
Yeah, y'all, because he's got literally fucking rose-colored glass. He's looking out into the world, and it just looks perfect. Because you're in the most affluent fucking however many square footage in the fucking country.
Yeah, really.
Drake's your fucking neighbor, and this and Ellen, and I mean, like you don't have to deal with the fucking poverty and just the downtrodden fucking nature that the average 14 or 15-year-old has to deal with. Like when you 14 years old in Chicago, you're a grown man. Yeah. And a grown-er man will kill you.
Real talk. Shit, everywhere, really.
Yeah.
Like these young bulls, they be like adults. They don't have childhoods anymore.
No.
Remember when we used to like ride bikes?
Yeah.
We used to have like remember the Madden tournaments at your crib and shit? Like we used to like really remember going to Dot crib and just being in like the mix playing video games and just whatever that was happening. Like they don't have childhoods anymore.
None of that.
It's like they babies and then they, getting shot.
Yeah.
Like this shit is crazy. It's just mind boggling, dog, when you sit back and you really like, yo, let me tell you shit the other day. I'm driving a 48. I cannot make this up. This is just how fucking lost these young niggas be. I pull up the 29th and Gerard. The young nigga gets on. He swipes the trans pass, right? And he's doing it funny. So already it's like,
yeah.
Yo,
what is you doing?
You're 12. I'm 30. I know you want some silly shit. Mm. He swipe it. It's saying valid. Already, that's next week's joint because it's Friday. I'm like, I know that's next week's. He like, I ain't even got the joint for this week. I'm like, how the fuck do you have next week's? Because you don't have, whatever. I don't care. Just go sit down. So he goes, sits down, and you've smoked before. You've smoked. I've smoked. You know you can just smell smoke. And I'm driving. Because I be turning my mirror up so I can't see people and they can't see me. And I'm driving and I'm just like, damn, it smells like smoke. The lady come up was like, yeah, that young boy back there smoking. And I'm like, I turn the mirror down and I look. I'm talking about young boy got his leg crossed, like his leg up on his knee, just. I start laughing because it's like you that brazen with it. It's the middle of the day, no books, no you just out here. So I stopped the bus. I'm like, young boy, what is you doing? He like, oh, I'm drawing. My fault, OG. And put the and I can't help but laugh because it's like you so ignorant you don't even
know that this is a thing.
He said, "Oh, I'm drawing," and took another hit.
Like nigga, you can't smoke. You can't smoke nowhere, nigga. Yeah. You barely can smoke outside certain places
on the bus. And I can't even it's white people on the bus, so it's like I don't want to be like you stupid nigga. I can't because
even though technically you should.
And I can't even do it because of Kanye telling us slavery is a fucking choice. So it's like I gotta
you gotta temper what you say
I gotta,
and do.
Talk nice. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta talk nice to a shithead.
And it's just amazing to me watching how. You like we talked about earlier. It's like you see all of this shit going on in the world, but then still within your own neighborhoods and own communities, it's just mind blowing. You ever seen like niggas from they go out into the suburbs, they won't throw trash on the floor on the ground.
Yeah,
they won't do it.
Yeah,
on their own blocks, they will
throw everything.
They'll
throw a platter.
Not giving a fuck. Woof.
I don't want the rest of these oxtails. This shit nasty.
Woof. Right on the
out the window,
kicking the shit down into the drain. Like it's just it's mind boggling to me.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Mm-hmm. I seen niggas sit on cars. Park.
Oh, I had to tell somebody in front of the Chinese spot. I'm like, yo, get your bitch ass off my car. It's like this is not acceptable.
Yo, it's crazy though. In the hood, motherfuckers will just post up on a wheel. But if you take that Camry or that Maxima and put a fucking Wraith there, they won't even breathe on it.
No,
dead ass. They won't even come near the shit.
Yeah.
That it's just crazy at how we act with this. So that's why Kanye can get away with saying shit like that because he kind of know he can. Yeah. He know he's ascended to a certain place to where he has a certain.
I look at Kanye. He's just an eccentric weirdo. and creative. It's like, so the stuff he says, like he strikes me as a person who will say one thing one day and then tomorrow wake up and feel completely different.
You big on that astrology shit. He's he's a Gemini. Where you like two-sided and shit.
Yeah.
Charlamagne was talking about that shit the other day. Like Kanye literally, he'll talk to you and say something, and then Ra could say something to him, and it'll completely flip his mood to where he's like, yeah, no, and it'll be some shit that has nothing to do or coincide with what he just told you, and it's like you saw that with the interviews.
Yeah,
like the interview he did with Charlamagne, he was way different than the TMZ.
Yeah.
And it was like literally like a day apart.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, the Charlamagne shit was a couple
weeks ago. It was like April 17th.
Yeah, they just dropped it. But it's like, it's like two different fucking people. And it's just a bad look. It's just all the way around a bad look. My thing is, I want to know if like black people are done with Kanye.
I've heard from a lot of DJs that like you try to play his records and you will straight get booed.
I'm not talking about his records. I'm talking about the
just
Yeezys
him, like his like Kanye Industries.
Yeah.
That
remains to be seen.
That's the part I don't think it changes.
My thing is, I don't even want him to like apologize because I don't even think that he understands what he did wrong, like or what he said wrong. I legitimately don't think he understands. He just like I'm Kanye. Like I
told you what he said to Van Lathan and shit. Did you hear about?
Yeah, that shit was hilarious.
No, Van Lathan and him had a phone call the night after.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Charlamagne was talking about the shit they was talking about on Brilliant Idiots. Apparently, Charlamagne gave Kanye Van Lathan's number. So Van Lathan was like, he was chilling, phone rang, hello, hey, it's Kanye. And he thinking it's somebody playing around, but it was really Kanye. So he like, how you get my number? He like, oh, Charlamagne gave it to me. Listen, check this out. I'm having people come over to the house. We gonna sit. We gonna figure this whole thing out. Have a camera crew come through. We gonna talk. Get our shit off our chest and whatever. So Van Lathan, like I tell him, like, listen, with all due respect, I appreciate it, but I don't want my message to get misconstrued or anything like that. So I'm gonna just respectfully decline. You know what I mean? And so Van Lathan, like, I played myself though. He's like, I forgot for a second that I'm talking to Kanye. And he's kind of like an asshole. So he's like, I tell him like, I respectfully know, I appreciate it, but he was like, I tell him, listen, I respect you. I got love for you. I'm one of your biggest fans. So he's like, I started telling him about my life, and he was like, how I had this situation, and this album got me through this. Then I had this situation, that album got me through this, and your music means this much to me on this level because of my relationship with my lady or my dad or this, that, and the third. And he's like, I'd been talking for like 5 or 6 minutes. I got done talking, and Kanye was like, all right, well, yeah, if you can come, just let me know, and hung up.
Like, didn't acknowledge nothing that he said.
All right, yeah, if you can come through, just let me know.
and it's because of shit like that. Like, I don't even want him to apologize or be different.
Dude, real quick, when Van said that shit, I almost fell on the floor. I'm like, that's the most Kanye shit ever. All right, yeah, cool. If you can come, just let me know.
Yeah, all that's cool, but
all that's straight, but just let me know.
The camera crew is gonna be here whether you are or not. So let me know. But yeah, it's because of that shit like that, and the fact that his head is just in the clouds in that manner. Like, I don't want him to apologize. I just want him to be harmed by his words. I want him to be economically harmed by the shit that he has said and his views that he has expressed, so that he knows that even if just because you feel it doesn't mean you're allowed to go on fucking national television and tell people this. Especially people that the majority of them that are watching TMZ TV don't have a fucking brain to begin with. And all they going to hear is you as a black man telling other black people, stop fucking harboring on slavery, you lazy motherfuckers. That's all they going to hear. Like, once you decode all that shit, that's all they going to hear. Oh, yeah, Kanye said, y'all some lazy ass niggas. Fuck y'all. I'm gonna go kill me a nigga today. Like, I want him to be economically harmed for his state of mind and his viewpoints.
Yeah. I honestly don't even know, because it's like, I understand also like him being wrong and being offensive. I understand mental problems. Like, Kanye has a serious issue.
He has a series of issues.
So it's like, he could have picked up an AK and went into a fucking restaurant. You know what I mean? Like, I understand, like, it could be a lot fucking worse. So it's like, I guess that's just me being a fan, and I don't know if I'm supposed to turn that off or, Yeah, I don't know because
Joe Budden made some good points on his podcast this week, and he was basically saying like, flashing lights is already recorded and out for consumer consumption. He said I can play all of the lights and say fuck Kanye. He said I'm just not supporting nothing from the moment when he did the fuck shit forward. This nigga's in the trash to me. He's like, but all that old shit or whatever, it's still what it is. So I'm gonna accept that for what it is. Like, but going forward, this nigga he's off his fucking rocker. Like, I just can't be bothered with a motherfucker who's literally not thinking straight, especially coming from where you come from and having the parents that you have. How did you get this far removed from what you stand for and what was implanted in you and imputed in you by your parents?
Like, I was listening to the Van Lathan joint the other day, and I'm like, yeah, Kanye's just a complete dick.
He's a dick.
And then I put on my music and my shuffle, the one hand in the air, if you don't really care. What's the name of that?
So appalled.
So that came on, and I'm like, I can't turn that shit off. Like, this is just a good fucking song.
See, I'm the type of person to where I don't give a fuck about anything a celebrity does outside of their
the
craft.
Arena you want them in.
Yeah, it's
that's
like,
how I was for years.
That's how I am. Like, I really don't care what Kanye said. I don't care that Nas allegedly slapped Khalees. I don't even care. As fucked up as it sounds, I don't even care what R. Kelly did.
Well,
like,
we about to get to R. Kelly.
Yeah, no, we gonna get to
I'm
R.
just
Kelly.
like, for me,
we have
like
new info
music.
on R. Kelly.
So that's the only thing that I care
And
about.
I always say with motherfuckers, I feel like y'all look up to these people way too much. Like with the basketball players, how motherfuckers would be mad at Charles Barkley for doing that. Barkley, like, I'm not a role model.
Right.
I dunk basketballs. Stop looking up to me. And it's like
That's exactly what it is.
I was always on that tip. Like, I didn't look up to Kobe. So when Kobe went down for the whole rape shit, it wasn't like, oh my God, my idol raped a woman. I was like, yeah my idol about to drop 45 tonight. Like that. I was more so on that.
The only time I spoke to Jay-Z in my life, I told him to chill, young boy. He asked me about this Chris and Neef record. Like, I don't look up to these niggas as gods. I always looked at these niggas like these niggas was my equals, but they just had.
Didn't Hove Security like almost slam you or some shit like that?
Oh, nah, that ain't happen.
Oh, that was like a rumor.
That ain't happen. No, but it's just like I never
Fake
looked at these
news.
niggas like they was better than me just because they had a superhuman talent. They just had a talent.
Yeah.
Like, so it's just like, to me, it's like, yo, it's too many motherfuckers out here who fatherless and just grew up looking at these niggas like they supposed to be. That's who they want to be, and that's not me.
Yeah.
And I feel that because I used to be, I was always on that tip. Like, why do you care so much about what this person does outside of the court or the ring or whatever the fuck arena you like the rap shit? Like, think about it. And this is the weird part. A lot of people that are like looked at as gods and titans of whatever the fuck they did, they got by because of their era. Like Biggie, Pac, like think about this. Pac went to jail for sodomy and had the #1 album in the country.
At the same
that
time.
does not happen in 2018. He got by in the time period. Biggie beating up bitches, beating up Charlie, all that shit. He got by in the time period.
That shit didn't even.
Marvin Gaye, real talk. Like a lot of the people that like can't think his name right now. It's a lot of them though that where it's like they had a lot of shit with them. You're a human.
You can't be famous and not have some shit with you.
Really.
That's really what it comes down to.
I was just telling him that shit before you got here. Like, fame just seems scary. You know, I tell you that shit. It just seems scary as fuck to me to where it's like motherfuckers digging into your life and worried about why you don't have on Supreme when you at the grocery store or what, like, you know, like just weird, stupid shit that celebrities got to go through. And it's like, it just seems like a lot. It just seems like a whole lot. So, like, honestly, I ain't even mad at Ye because it's like, yo, he could have, like, you know, he could have smoked himself. Like, you know, motherfuckers be on that tip.
Yeah.
So it's just, you kind of got to take it with a grain of salt. He shouldn't have said it. It was a fucked up statement. But I still think the Yeezys is going to sell out. So,
I just think I'm with y'all. I normally don't give a fuck. I just think that he's giving power to a white supremacist agenda, and he too dumb to realize what the fuck.
I agree with that.
100% right
I agree with that all day. I understand.
That's why I didn't like that. I didn't like that record he did with T.I. Because it definitely sounded like he was pandering to her.
Yeah, he was super pandering to like the middle America.
The crazy part is like I actually liked the record. Mm-hmm. I didn't give like what he was saying was annoying as shit, but the actual him and T.I. going back and forth, it was like. It was catchy enough to listen to twice.
Yeah, my whole thing with the record was it just didn't get me nowhere. I'm just like, all right, I'm in the same. I started in one spot and I ended in the same spot. It's like we just went around the block. Yeah. Like we didn't achieve shit by listening to this record other than contributing a fucking stream to Yeezy Corp.
I know T.I.'s probably.
You know the funny thing about Kanye?
Like I'm a dickhead.
You know the funny thing about Kanye? He did all that conservative shit and then he started tweeting about the little girl who stood up for the guns. Yeah. So it's like he's basically trolling everybody. So that's why it's like, why am I even taking this serious? Like you peep, like all the conservatives started getting mad at him because he posted the
because they thought he was their friend. The liberals got mad because they thought he was on their side, and then he tweeted some conservative shit.
I texted Rob, I'm like, yo, what do you think about this Kanye shit? Rob was like, man, fuck Kanye. The line is 4.5 tonight, and I think that's over the fuck what it should be. I'm like, yeah, real.
I got real life problems.
I'm just saying, it's like people are letting themselves be taken on this emotional roller coaster by somebody who's trolling us. Like you heard the first record, Lift Yourself. The motherfucker.
That's the ultimate troll.
Like he's the trolling
it's like,
right now.
It's like, oh, y'all niggas got something to say about Ye. Watch this shit.
And this verse, watch this verse.
He probably sitting there looking at them fucking, looking at the hits come through for KanyeWest.com like, y'all fucking sheep.
But I just honestly think, like, at least with the footwear, I don't think anything slows him down. I just don't think nothing slows him down. Like, I still think I went on GOAT yesterday. The fucking Yeezy 500s is $2,000 in a 15. I'm telling you, I don't think nothing slows him down. I'm looking at the prices for Yeezys yesterday in a 15. I'm like, I hope Kanye fuck up enough so I can get some of these motherfuckers for cheap. Boy, I'm like, come on, Ye, say something stupid. Like,
you fucking been watching so much Billions. You taking a short position on the Yeezys.
Real talk,
I'm short in Yeezy stock right now.
Short on Yeezys right now. I hope to God he come out this week and say Martin Luther King was a clown or something wild to just get the Yeezy price way the fuck down. Yo, me and Jules seen a pair of Carmelos today. They're $10 million.
What?
Yeah, they're on StockX for $10 million. We clearly think it's somebody just being like super extra, but me and Jules both, we were just like perplexed. Like Jules, like I never seen him. Like I never seen him.
What could Carmelo have possibly have done related to these shows for them to be $10 million?
They're like got all this gold in them, and like Jules, like I think it has because. He's like, I think it's a 15-year anniversary for him winning the championship in Syracuse. It's a special pair of Jordans. Like
we still celebrating.
But they're a PE. They're his, like a player sample for him. But they got him on StockX.
Did he wear them before in the game?
I don't know, but they got. We've never seen them. We literally are trying to piece together what they are. But they got them on there for $9,999,000. So you know, we don't know what the fuck is going on. But yeah, I hope to God some of these Yeezy prices drop because I'm telling you, kids, they're still through the roof. I literally was on there this morning.
He's just a dickhead. Like he's just a legendary dickhead. You got to chalk it up to
him just being like lost in the sauce. Yeah. That's the best way you could put it. Kanye has literally got to the point where he's made hundreds of millions of dollars. He's saved countless careers in rap and fucking hip hop music. He's built so many careers. He's done so many things, and he's so removed. Like that backpack guy from Southside Chicago.
That guy's dead.
Gone. That nigga lives in Calabasas with his Nubian white queen, and he has mixed mulatto children. And his fucking stepmom, his mother-in-law, is fucking what's her name? Kris Jenner. He's over there.
Yeah.
You just gotta face facts. He gone. She gone, Kyle. Remember Living Single? She gone. Like he gone. Like he out of here. Nothing that can do it.
Any final thoughts on Kanye? I'm done with the nigga personally.
Yeah,
I give up.
I never really looked at Kanye for like motivation or life or like I heard people tell me like the college dropouts saved them while they were going to school.
Yeah, I didn't feel that. And I was in school when the college dropout came out.
I love that album.
I loved it, but it didn't like touch me because I was like selling a lot of drugs in college. So my college experience wasn't the same.
I wanted to be a DJ and a producer, and it was like, damn, I got to go to school. Why? And I felt it. So it's like I felt like that with Kanye. And then
my favorite Kanye album is 808s and Heartbreaks.
Mine too.
Because it got me through my first big breakup in life. I thought the sounds were just so different and new. And I remember when I was trucking, I played that album so fucking much.
Yeah.
So it's like 808 and Heartbreaks. Now out of his rap albums, I like Dark Twisted Fantasy and Graduation.
Yeah.
But like the Graduation and Labor, they didn't hit me. Like they were good and I liked them and I respect them. But I wasn't like, my God, like this album has got me through my freshman year. I didn't go to college. So it's just like, whatever.
I just thought it was amazing that he was able to make those types of albums coming from a label and a crew that was so much machismo and so much like we the illest drug dealers and the street niggas and this and that, and he was still able to just keep him and put all of himself into his albums and just make something that was so different than what everybody else is doing, to the point where it creates a Drake, it creates a J. Cole, it creates a fucking Kendrick. Like his braveness in being Kanye and making Kanye music spawned a whole alternative way to where it's like, yeah, we always had Tribe and Jungle Brothers and shit like that, but for a while we didn't have nothing representative of that native tongues aspect of hip hop. No more hip hop. It was gone. Yeah, it was like either you was G the fuck up or you
had to be down with Raucus, and it was really like super underground.
It was super underground and
he said
big,
it himself,
so indie,
like Banana Republic and Old Navy.
That was one of my favorite lines.
It's like you could have Mos Def and Freeway on the same track, and it's like it don't feel like, damn, you fucked up.
Yeah, because it was like you either in the
I put him on tracks with Jay-Z.
Yeah, like you either because it was hip hop was so segmented. It was like either you was in the lyricist lounge or you was like doing the super flossy shit that Puff and all them was doing, and then eventually when Rockefeller became the standard or whatever. So for him to be with that crew and still make a blend of those two music, that's why people are so fucking hurt, because they like, God damn, like you two, dog, like everybody's
like
susceptible
you was the
to
go-to guy.
You was
like,
the guy.
People remember you performing on fucking the Chappelle Show with Common. People remember you on fucking, what was Dave Chappelle's documentary he did, The Block Party. Like people just remember you from being like that guy. Like people remember you saying George Bush doesn't care about black people.
You was the voice for the voiceless, and now you on the other side. Seemingly
people felt that shit, and as much as like main media tried to play him out, black people felt when you was like, yo, Taylor Swift cool, but Beyonce had the greatest video of all time, because Beyonce to this day don't have a fucking best album Grammy. You know, like people see that like those award shows really don't respect our kings and queens. Yeah. Like how the fuck don't 50 got no Grammys?
How the fuck don't Snoop got no Grammys?
Think about, like,
how don't Nas have any Grammys?
Motherfuckers that was straight tiny, because Nas never really like dominated, but Snoop and 50, like the Billboard, the charts, sales, they annihilated shit. How the fuck don't they got
50 ain't win Best New Artist, and remember he walked up there
on the stage
when what's the name of the group? Effervescence,
one
or
of them,
shit like that.
Yeah, Caucasian groups. Yeah, but like really, it's like, so when Kanye did that, you was like, damn, he's kind of a jackass because this is a young white girl, just because that's the way you've been like programmed. Yeah. Like, oh my God, he hurt this little white. But then you sit back and you like,
yeah, then you see all the fuck shit that Taylor Swift has done to people and demeaning people and downplaying motherfuckers and not giving people credit. And she's kind of a scumbag bitch when you really look at it. But at the time, it's like, oh my God, how could you say this about this 17-year-old white girl? But the reality of it is she kind of a fucking scumbag, like credit hogging bitch. And she just ruined the Earth, Wind, and Fire song. So get Taylor Swift all the way the fuck out of here.
Really. And it's like you people just remember Kanye for being like that guy. Like he was just that.
I mean, even the fact that he left his original joint, it's like when you get on, you leave his ass for a white girl. Like, it's like he really did that shit.
Self-fulfilling prophecy.
And you see the shift in Kanye to where it's like you call out George Bush, but then Obama's like, you're a jackass. Yeah. So it's like, damn, how did it switch around that fast? And it just seems like it's very, very difficult to be Kanye West. I know I couldn't do the shit.
I think one of his homies said he was like a sponge. So whatever environment he is, he just picks up shit.
That's one thing I noticed about him watching them in the TMZ joint. He listens like a motherfucker. Like when you talking, he will straight stop and like really like whatever you're saying, he really takes that shit in. And he like, if he's in his bull in a china shop moment, he's gonna react. If he's not, like with the Charlemagne joint, he was really like succinct and like really
he made all the sense in the world,
all the sense possible. That's why it was just so weird to see him on the TMZ joint acting like that. Yeah. So that's the Gemini shit.
Like, is this the same person? Like, it's like one of the moments like, yo, how is this the same person? And these interviews came out, they wasn't recorded, within hours of.
Yeah. Pac was a Gemini? Yeah. Like exactly. Thug life, kill everybody. Damn, baby, why you let these niggas stress you out? Like, that was Pac, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I understand.
Big's a Gemini too. Big, Kendrick.
Yeah. I could see that. I didn't think Kendrick.
I didn't think Kendrick. He's a little more even killed. Yeah. He just kind of like, musically, he just kind of locks into whatever mode he's in. Like right now, I think he's in super duper like, I'm busting everybody ass mode, and like he knows that he can't do it through the Black Power shit, so like he off it, and now he just like in competition mode, like it's just as an artist, and he doing all the right shit. He got the fucking shoe with Nike, and the fucking tour merch is sponsored by Nike, and they going on tour, and he headlining, and they taking the whole crew out, like he doing like Jigga shit, like whereas a few years ago he was happy to be under Drake and be on tour with Kanye and shit like that, and now he like dropping his nuts on niggas like, no, I'm the big dog. Like, watch what the fuck I'm doing.
So we good on Kanye.
Yeah, I'm good on Kanye. Fuck him.
Kanye. All right. You can't have rapists without the R.
Without the R.
You know what I'm saying? You can't have R&B without the R, and apparently you can't have rapists without the shit. R. Kelly.
He's the craziest nigga alive.
R. Kelly, like, I'm not trying to be funny, yo. For their talent level, and I'm not exaggerating. You can hate all you want. R. Kelly might be top 3 most talented individuals to ever come into music.
Yes.
The fact that you can write songs for anybody. I'm talking about young, old, black, white, like,
skinny, fat, dog, cat.
The nigga, he's
cockroach.
He's arguably the most talented. Not performer. Not dancer. I'm talking about
as a writer, producer, arranger,
singer, and arranger. It's Quincy Jones. Like it's a couple of motherfuckers that go up there. R. Kelly has fucked up his legacy so bad. Like, you know how they be like, LeBron's legacy's on the line? Like, if R. Kelly walked up that nigga's legacy is on the line.
Like, if R. Kelly was in a fucking video game and he had a legacy bar, his shit would be on 1% right now.
R. Kelly walk out the house, his legacy on the fucking line. Like, I've never seen nothing like it. To where it's like, yo, just shut the fuck up. Stop talking. Stop doing interviews. Stop letting people come into you. If you know you are a deviant, right? Like,
you shouldn't be talking. You shouldn't be communicating with nobody.
Like, you know how people don't discuss religion in certain circles, right? Mm-hmm. But like, you can say you're a Muslim, or I can say I was raised Christian, or he could say he subscribes to this. You don't really get too many people that be like, yeah, I worship the devil. That just not comes up in a.
It's not no popular or no cool shit to say.
You just don't throw that out there. If you know you on some old other shit, you stay.
But he doesn't know that. You've seen the interviews where he was like, yo, he's really talking like, yo, everybody comes to me with positivity. So he lives in this bubble and he's insulated from all the bullshit and everything that goes on in the internet.
That's a good point. I don't think Kells knows he's fucking. I don't think he knows.
Somebody said something to that effect. Like, R. Kelly has the worst, most enabling groups of people around him they ever seen in life, and that's how he got into the shit with Jay-Z, because he's doing nut shit, and Jay and Tata and Jay Brown is like, no, stop doing this or we gonna fuck you up.
Tata
like stop, like yo, you being a bitch ass nigga, knock it off.
I'm gonna make this bitch ass.
And he asking people around him, and they like, no, Kels, you ain't wrong. Fuck them niggas. Next thing you know, you got a fucking eyes full of mace because you listening to the wrong people. Like, no, fuck them. Listen to us. Listen to the nigga with the mace in his hand. I'm telling you to stop doing what you doing, and you won't stop.
Where did this whole shit come from? Because you sent it to the DM, and I read it, and I'm like,
at 6 a.m, Matt just randomly texted me, and I'm just like, yo, go to your DM and look at this shit I just sent you. So yesterday, the Washington Post published a story with photos.
Oh, it's new shit.
New shit.
Wow.
Brand new shit.
Wait till you hear this shit.
Photos from RCA Record Studios in L.A., a cup of hot steaming piss was left on a baby grand piano in the studio, and there were piss stains that leaked and ruined the flooring in the studio.
All right, I'm gonna have to be done with Kelly.
Because R. Kelly is literally holding bitches hostage, and they can't go nowhere without him being in their presence.
He won't let them leave.
He won't let them leave his eyesight. Or if he got to go perform, he locks them in studios or locks them in a room or whatever. And if the room don't have a bathroom, they got to piss in cups and bottles.
Hey, yo.
They posted a picture. It's a big-ass glass of piss sitting on a fucking $35,000 piano. I'm like, all right, well, when Kells left, why he didn't take the piss? Again, like, if you know you want some bullshit, take the piss with you.
You would think you would have a piss cleaner upper to like,
why do you leave the piss in the studio? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, hot steaming glass of piss, bro.
Like I heard he had a cult. Like where he was just like, you know, like he had like he was making chicks telling on each other if they was doing fucked up shit and they was trying to. I didn't know it was this bad.
So then some text they obtained some text messages between two of his staffers, basically saying like, yo, the one girl like he ain't let her eat, she ain't go to the bath, she ain't have a bathroom access for 12 hours, blah blah blah. I hope she cool. I hope the bitch don't die. Like
dog. You don't go to the bathroom. You remember Menace to Society? You straight throwing up. Like, Kells is fucking nuts. And it's so crazy because he wrote You Are Not Alone for Michael Jackson. You would think that somebody that wrote a song as good as
he would have a little bit of humanity in him.
Yo, we sang I Believe I Could.
We all did.
They still was
graduation.
Singing it. Up until like 2000 and I say like 15, 16, kids was still singing that shit, dog. Dead ass. Because it's one of them songs like, yo, I Believe I Can Fly. Like, it's Space Jam. Like, it's one of them things. Like, that's what I mean. Like, Kells really fucked his whole little legacy up. Yeah. He had R&B. Like, R&B was his. Like, think about it. If Kells died in, like, when did I Wish come out? Like,
02.
If Kells just died in 02, he the greatest fucking ever. He don't even got to do Contagious and all the other shit he did. If he just died before the whole piss scandal, the Zorro mask, all that goofy shit, Kells the GOAT. He already was the GOAT. Fiesta and I Wish, he had it. Watching him literally, and he performed and did so well after the first sex tape and all that bullshit that motherfuckers let it slide like whatever. Kells still the fucking GOAT of R&B. He done came out, gave us all this new music, 800 Trapped in the Closet. He did
Ignition
all
remix.
Ignition remix, all that shit. Step in the Name of Love, Happy People. The nigga was just a hit machine. This nigga really got bitches in cages. Though.
Yeah. The staffer was like, yo, I'm just glad that the room got a sink in it. Like, she could at least, like, climb up on the sink and piss in the sink. Like, but, like, I'm like, but they, like, praying, like, yo, I hope this bitch don't die on our watch because we going to have to clean the bodies up.
Like, Kells is crazy. Like, shot the fuck out. I think that's what we're going to name this joint. Like, Kanye's canceled and so is R. Kelly.
Yeah, I didn't know it was this bad.
Yeah, new shit. Like, you would think, like, this is certain shit, right? When you beat certain shit, you supposed to just go lay low.
Yeah.
Like with OJ, you beat a double homie. Go chill. You don't run up in a hotel beating niggas up for memorabilia. Yeah. Like, you should probably relax yourself. R. Kelly, you beat a fucking scandal, or you pissing on a 14-year-old girl. She came to court, said, that ain't me, and I don't know who that is, and I've never seen R. Kelly before. And you still out here pissing on bitches, divorced your wife, and you got a whole harem of bitches sleeping in the basement,
you do understand,
in a crawl space.
You as R. Kelly, you can't get in nothing involving piss for the rest of your life.
You're
can't
done.
Get arrested for peeing outside. None of that shit. Think about if somebody like a dead woman popped up in OJ's backyard. OJ could they be like, yeah, OJ was at his vacation.
OJ was in Monte Carlo.
Fuck that. OJ killed that bitch and got on a ferry. Like, you can't be anywhere near the shit that you was. You know what I mean? That's what made Michael Jackson shit so weird. Like, nigga, again? Like, come on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, R. Kelly, you can't be in anything involving pee. And the fact that you in a studio and the studio is making a deal out of you leaving a glass of hot piss on the piano
to the point where they contact the Washington Post.
It's like, fam, take your piss with you.
Either of y'all, there's a fucking it wasn't Viceland, but if you go and search, like, if you search R. Kelly, there's a documentary. I watched it recently. There's a documentary that came on TV. It's like 90 minutes long. Oh, it's from the BBC.
Okay.
R. Kelly documentary, BBC. Search that shit on YouTube. It's on there in its entirety. And they are literally talking to lawyers and families of fucking these girls that have cut off communication with their families and shit like that, trying to piece together a case against R. Kelly. And it's every fucking time they think he about to get prosecuted, the nigga narrowly escapes justice. Like, again, like, it's the craziest shit ever. And it's 90 minutes of R. Kelly narrowly escaping prosecution because it's like girls that be running away from the harem and shit, and then somehow, some way, he convinced them to come back. Baby, come back. It's gonna be different this time. I'm not gonna get no more piss in your eye. Come on back. We don't got to do this in the media. I'm gonna buy you a motherfucking baby Benz, and then they go back, and then they don't go through with the prosecution part, and then R. Kelly is back on his motherfucking magic carpet with these little dusty bitches.
R. Kelly's life is like a long ass Scooby Doo.
It's exactly.
They never pull his mask off. Like the shit just goes on for decades. This shit is crazy. You would think by now they would have just sat him down, but it's like nah. He had some bullshit. That was the chick that did the interview about being trapped in the fucking
in the crawl space,
the crawl space of the house. Like you would just think that like after a while.
I'm gonna tell you what bugs me out about all this shit is that a lot of like people's parents are literally bringing their kids to R. Kelly thinking they could get signed by him.
I mean, he had an amazing writer.
In 2018, are you going to bring your daughter to R. Kelly to get a deal?
Yo, like, well, they was talking about that shit earlier, like the whole Van Lathan turning down the joint to come to Kanye house. Because it's like, it's easy to go at your idol or to criticize your idol. But when your idol turn around and be like, yo, come through, the average man, like, Michael Jackson was raping kids and shit, but Mike be like, yo, you want to come check out the amusement park? Like, yeah.
Motherfucking right, I want to see the
like, that's
park,
how motherfuckers are. So it's like, yeah, it's easy to be like, R. Kelly ain't shit, this and the third. But R. Kelly be like, yo, I could write your daughter a hit. Motherfuckers be like,
this bitch ain't doing nothing else, man.
I'm not getting no hours.
That's the cap up. That's how he got these chicks in cults right now.
That's how cults normally work. Like
it's the bait and switch.
Like nobody like you like search for a job. Don't nobody go on the internet and be like, I'm trying to join a cult and like you send my resume.
I guess my tip is just it's like, yo, if you a father, if you a mother, it's just like, yo, you got to know what R. Kelly is about at this point.
Yeah, but like people be like, yo, fuck that. Like seriously,
people be poor and impoverished, man. Like they brains don't be working properly. Yeah. Like all they eating is fucking bread and butter and like sugar sandwiches and
Kanye
shit. Like they
don't got like Kylie Jenner or no shit like that in the crawl space. Like these is piss poor ass girls,
little scumbucket bitches from Middletown, USA. Like
bitches from Yoakum Street and shit like it don't be like
Yoakum Street.
It don't be like top notch people that he be like getting to go to fuck do this type shit. It's like predators prey on the weak.
Yeah, what they say on American Pimp, you know, all type of bus stations and train stations and shit like that.
It's motherfuckers on skateboards looking for some direction. It's a pimp job to come through like you supposed to, hungry like the Werewolf of London, and come up on something. That's just how that shit is. Like you never seen a lion eat a lion. You know,
a lion eating plenty gazelles though, plenty zebras.
That's the way it works. Like you know, you don't walk into the pool hall and be like, I want to play the best player in here for $1,000. No, you want the nigga who don't know what the fuck he doing. That's just how it go.
Real shit.
Think about who would you rather play head up for 100,000 in poker, Justin or Phil Ivey? No diss, Justin, but you know what I'm saying? I'm taking Just all fucking day. I'm gonna run right over him. You know what I'm saying?
Steamroll Just.
Real shit. It's just the way it goes. It's like the predators prey. That's what it's called in poker, like finding the fish at the table. The motherfucker who has no conscience of what the fuck he's doing. That's what a predator does. You prey on the weak. So it's like, Kells know what the fuck he doing. That nigga came out on stage with a sign that said, all you gotta be is 18.
Oh my god!
At the fucking Apollo,
that performance was crazy.
Remember that shit?
Yeah.
He wasn't even singing his songs. He just was
freestyling.
All you gotta be is 18.
He like, hold on, that's a poster board right there.
Yo,
break this down.
Remember the chick was like, he got all his kidnappers searching the fucking crowd. Like that shit was crazy. Like Kells is just like that. Like
he's a weird fucking dude.
A psychopath. Ain't even weird. Kells, like Kanye is weird and like lost. Kells
he's a criminal.
Kells is a criminal.
Yeah.
Like Kells is literally a deviant.
Yeah.
Like there's no way Kells is getting into heaven. I bet my last dollar on it. I'm just keeping it at a bean. There's no way he's getting into heaven.
There's no barter he can give. Not to mention he married Aaliyah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yo, that album cover is creepy.
Yo, it get creepier every time you look at it. I said that the other day. Every time you look at that Age Ain't Nothing But a Number cover, it gets
it's
creepier.
Really Aaliyah in the front and R. Kelly in the back.
In the shadows.
Like, dog.
Grayed out.
Yo, like Kells is a real live nutcase, yo. And you know what's really weird about him? He dresses like a teenager. Have you seen him like in his like he dresses like a
lime
young
green
boy.
tank tops and lime green Jordans.
Like he dresses like a stone cold young boy. Like he's not 55. Kels is nuts, man. Pray for anybody that comes in contact.
Please watch that BBC documentary, man.
We got a couple more topics we're gonna take off the list real quick. Since Rod's here, can we talk about LeBron being the absolute GOAT? Can we talk about this?
Yo, this past week, right, of basketball, with LeBron and these baby dinosaurs specifically, is just like, it's so demoralizing to watch him find new ways to beat the shit out of them and for them to find new ways to lose to him.
I hate the narrative because, and I've gotten to the point where I told you, I don't even argue it no more. I'll discuss it with y'all, Love, Carl. I'm not arguing with nobody. Fucking Ari Spears at me this week. I'm blocking that nigga. I swear to God.
Y'all got a rumble.
Yo, it's been going on for years. I'm not arguing with nobody anymore because the hatred that goes for LeBron, you can't fight it.
Nah.
I watched the narrative over the last week change from, oh, he barely got past the Pacers team. The Raptors is about to run all over him. You even was like, yo, second round exit. Like, motherfuckers been
I've been saying that shit all year.
But you didn't flip your script. You just accepted it. Yo, he just the fucking best nigga out there. I was wrong. I seen you tweet that. Motherfuckers went from, oh, the Raptors about to cook him. They ain't not getting past them to oh, the Raptors some bitch ass niggas. he in the weak ass East. And I'm just like, yo, I'm not doing it with motherfuckers.
It's really the same revisionist history that we had with Floyd Mayweather after he beat everybody.
It's just unbelievable, Doug. At this point, I said it earlier today. I'm not arguing it anymore. I've already made a decision. LeBron James is the best player.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can understand. You a Mike guy. I understand it. It's a debate that's probably just going to go on. As far as I'm concerned, the man is number one in playoff scoring. He's number two in playoff triple doubles. He's probably going to finish number one. He's got 21. Magic got 30. He's number 7 all-time scoring in the regular season. He's got 31,000. He's going to pass Jordan. He's going to finish next year with like 32 and some change or close to 33. He's probably going to finish number one. If he just has 4 more seasons where he does 1,300 points, he's going to get 38,000. He just had a 2,000 point season. He's going to finish number one in scoring. No one else on that top 20 list is as high as him on the all-time assist list. And if they are as high as him on the assist list, they're not as high as him on the rebound list. Most playoff points, most playoff triple-doubles, the length of which he's been doing. You know how many playoff games he's played? 227.
That's fucking nuts.
It's 80 games in a season. This nigga done played almost an extra 3 seasons of
playoff basketball. Yeah.
And 15 regular seasons. The man is literally the best person on the fucking
And he's
court.
getting everybody, the same way Jordan was, he's getting everybody's best shot every single night.
Even the Cavs missing him, he's getting them. He literally gives Jeff Green an opportunity to score 25 points a game. I've never seen nothing like it.
Yeah.
Kyle Korver looks like Klay Thompson right now. Kyle Korver's averaging fucking close to a dub. Like he literally can make you look better than what the fuck you are.
Like I've watched this series and he's just demoralized these guys to the point where it's like he's found a different way to beat them every game. He just hit him with a fucking buzzer beater off glass, and I know he called the shit because I could see the way that it fucking angled and the way he kissed it.
I said that shot the other night was my homie. He explained it great. He was like, it was the most off balance, difficult, easy.
Yeah, it looked easy as fuck.
Toying with emotion shot I've ever seen.
It was like it
looked
fuck you
hard,
shot.
but it didn't look hard.
It was one of them joints where you about to leave the gym and let me throw up some shit before I bounce.
Yeah.
Like, oh, fuck, and take this with you. Fuck y'all.
My thing is with Bron in this series, it ain't even the buzzer beater. If you watch game 2, the last 6 minutes of the third,
when he hit him with all them fadeaways,
and the first 5 minutes of the fourth, that 11-minute stretch, the fadeaways that nigga was hit, like he literally hit like 8 of them straight. It was just retarded. It's like, yo, because I'm like, he's doing this type shit now where he's like, he has a jump shot. Remember at like 08, 09, LeBron's jump shot wasn't really there. Like, it was like, if he shoots you like, LeBron let the ball go now, you like, oh, that's money.
Yeah.
If you watch the shot he hit against the Magic in the Eastern Conference Finals in what was that? 09? No, it wasn't 9.
It was 09.
It was 09, yeah, because the Magic went to the finals. If you look at that shit he hit against the Magic, when he shoots the ball, he stepped back and was like shocked it went in.
Right.
He took a second and then threw his hand up like, oh shit, it went in. You watch him now, like when he let that shit go
He
against
knows.
the Pacers, he turned around and had his hands like this before the ball was in. Like, he know. And that's why I said the other day, ain't it crazy how the LeBron isn't clutch shit just didn't age well?
Oh, yeah.
Like, it just didn't
it
age
really
well
did.
at all. To the point where it's like, yo, Jordan has 4 career playoff buzzer beaters. LeBron got 2 this week. Like, them Jones just didn't age well.
It's to the point where Kobe looked funny in the light.
Ain't that crazy?
But they unpacked that shit like 2 years ago. They like, this is just the facts, and we all in here worship Kobe Bryant for perspective.
Kobe and A are my favorite players ever.
They unpacked that shit in 2016 like it's just factually incorrect that Kobe's more clutch. What Kobe has over LeBron is he's made more difficult shots than anybody. He's made more contested shots than anybody. But a lot of that shit is by design because Kobe's a fucking bull in a china shop and he don't give a fuck sometimes and he gonna shoot over everybody. And sometimes that shit drops. But LeBron hits at a higher clip and he takes better shots.
I've never seen anyone to where it's like, you know, because you watching the basketball like I do. How did the game against the Timberwolves earlier this season? How did it end? You remember?
Yeah, they threw it to LeBron in the post.
No, before that. What was the play before that?
I don't even remember.
Jimmy Butler drove to the right.
Oh yeah,
LeBron blocked.
Yeah,
He blocked the shit out
He
of him.
blocks it, and then what? They throw it to LeBron, buzzer beater at the top of the key. The game against the Pacers, he blocked Oladipo's shot, and then they threw it to LeBron. I've never seen that to where it's like, not only do you make the offensive play,
Yeah, you make the defensive stop.
and do that multiple times. And it's like that shit when he got that chase down block against Iguodala. And it's crazy because you remember I tweeted that shit years ago. LeBron's gonna have one of them blocks that's gonna like save a game for a championship. Remember?
Yeah.
And then like sure enough that shit came.
Because didn't he had a similar one against Indiana?
Doug, the nigga chased down
The Paul George Indiana team, he had a chase down
he
Jones.
did. He definitely did.
Dog, when I seen him block, he straight got Jason Richardson out the league. Remember Jason Richardson had the breakaway and went for the 360? And LeBron straight chased that joint down? They straight, like, Jason Richardson wasn't in the league after that game. Like, it just fucked up his whole career. And it's like, I remember saying that shit, like, yo, he gonna have a chase down block that's gonna, like, alter history. And sure enough, he hits a chase down block to, like, win a championship against the 73-9 team. So it's like, he just matters so much on both sides of the rock. And it's like, yeah, I think he has 5 All-NBA first-team defenses, and Jordan got 9, I think. Jordan was a great defender.
Yeah.
Led the league in steals 3 times. I don't take that away from him. My thing with Jordan, though, is like, you got to understand he was taking the ball from Dana Barros. You understand? And fucking Rex Chapman.
And various other tax accountants.
Like, watching them dudes play now, it's just way more grueling, way more taxing. And it like, for LeBron to dominate after 15 regular seasons, 227 playoff games, he's 15 years in.
No, don't forget all Olympic basketball, too.
Dog, watching this nigga just be the best nigga on the court night in and night out after all his basketball, and he's getting better.
Yeah. See, I wasn't even going to go there with Jordan and say he was playing like accountants and all that. I just think with LeBron being a forward who can play all 5 positions, he just impacts defensively more than Jordan.
Yeah,
like,
it's just crazy.
You could put LeBron at small ball center.
Real shit.
It's like as good as a defender Jordan was, he's really just a better on-ball defender. You're not putting Jordan at center.
Fuck no.
It's like...
Shit, you're not putting Jordan at 3 sometimes, depending on who the fuck is out there.
I think it's crazy. It's like the NBA kind of fucked up, though, putting the Celtics and the Sixers on the same night as the Cavs and the...
Oh, yeah.
Because it's like, those are the 2 series where it's like all the action. Like the Rockets and Jazz, it isn't compelling. No.
Yeah.
And the Warriors and Pelicans is good, but still, it's like...
It's the Warriors.
It's the war, exactly. So it's like, I think AD is the 3rd best player in basketball, but AD needs like an image consultant or something. Something's just not clicking to where he can like be the draw.
Well, he's in New Orleans,
Yeah.
and he looks like shit.
Yeah.
So neither of those 2 things are helping his status as the second best player because they was trying to give it to Cat over him early in the season. They're like, Karl Anthony Towns might be better. No, the fuck he's not. I was telling people,
dude made of glass. He get injured every 2 games.
That's the problem. But I was telling people fucking 4 years ago that Anthony Davis is better than LaMarcus Aldridge. Motherfuckers like, no, he's not. Like, no, yes, he is. He's light years better than LaMarcus Aldridge.
Way better.
But I don't know. We'll see how this shit all ends. It's like I just it's annoying to watch people run with the rhetoric of, oh, Jordan won 6 chips. And I was saying it the other day, I'm like, y'all championship shit that y'all like throwing out, the Jordan stands, it doesn't even make sense because going by your theory and your like rhetoric, y'all should be telling me Bill Russell is the best nigga ever. Like,
but nobody's going to do that because nobody gives a fuck about Bill Russell.
Bill Russell won 8 straight championships.
11 overall.
He won 2 of them Jones as the coach while he was the player.
Right, player.
like, you do know the MVP award is called the Bill Russell
Award. Yeah.
Like, and I always say that, like, why do y'all go to, Jordan? That's what Ice Cube said the other day. Jordan got 6 rings. And Shannon Sharp, like, well Robert Horry got 7. Like, so I don't understand that. Like, that shouldn't be the argument that you run to because it's a team accomplishment.
And somebody made a lot of sense. They said, all right, well, Jordan is 6 for 6 in the finals. If he played 15 years, that means 9 times he didn't make it. LeBron's been to the finals 8 years in a row, about to be 9. He said,
7 about to be 8.
Well, 7 about to be 8. So if anything, give me the guy that's, even though he's losing in the finals, he's going against powerhouses. He's going against all-time great fucking teams. So give me the guy that's giving you the chance to win more times than not.
Is when you just look at the metrics of it, Jordan went to the finals 6 times and he was an underdog once.
It just is what it is.
LeBron went to the finals 8 times? He's been an underdog 6.
And people's favorite thing to say
he was a favorite in 11 when they lost, and he was a favorite in
the first year against the Spurs.
12. They won that. But it's like, every other year, the Thunder, they were underdogs.
Yeah.
The Spurs in 07, they was underdogs. Spurs in 14, underdogs. All the Jones against the Warriors, they was underdogs.
Yeah.
Jordan went to the finals 1 time as underdog, the year Carmelo and them won the MVP. Like, people don't even want to, like, acknowledge that, like, the teams he played in the finals weren't that great.
No, he was better.
It was an old Lakers team. Like, Vlade
they were
Divac
dead.
Vlade was old in 91. It's like Magic hamstrings blew in 88. Them niggas was done. They was toast. The Trailblazers. It's like, it's Clyde Drexler, who was an all-star.
And Cliff Robinson coming off the bench.
Yeah.
Fucking, what was the center name on that team?
Duckworth.
Duckworth. Like, they weren't amazing teams. The Suns team was pretty good, but they were still favorites against them. You figure you coming off of 2 back-to-back chips, you got to be the fucking favorite. It's just what it is.
Yeah.
They played the Sonics, which was like, ain't nobody named Detlef winning no chip. It's like, it's just what it is.
They had a nigga on there, Frank Rakowski.
Oh, Rakowski. So,
and something else that people don't acknowledge is that every player in the league presently, with probably 97% of the league presently in 2018, are Michael Jordan athletic.
Yeah.
All of these motherfuckers are Michael Jordan athletic.
Yeah, what's up?
Michael Jordan was the only one in his era that was Michael Jordan athletic. Even Clyde Drexler, a great athlete, wasn't Michael Jordan athletic.
Yeah.
Like Russell Westbrook is Michael Jordan athletic.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
Eric Bledsoe is Michael Jordan fucking athletic.
I really hope Brad Stevens wins the coach.
He has to. He's
you know how I love Brad Stevens.
He's fucking schooling the shit out of Brett Brown.
Like watching the Sixers like just get like put in a box. Like he literally put them in such a space to where it's like you can be that picture I showed y'all the other night where literally they're just standing there like cops and daring Ben Simmons to shoot, and it's like he can't pull up for that.
Nope.
Yeah.
What Drake say? I got everybody on safety. They won't take shots. Yeah, they need me. It's just like that's how that shit look. Like they put them in. And people get mad at me. I said it the other day in my job. Motherfuckers all hating. I dead ass think Embiid and Simmons cannot I don't think they ever become champions together. That's not hating. It's just how I feel.
Ben has to dramatically change his game. I
think they really need faults for it to happen.
I don't think I just think they're two different. Like you watched Embiid sit down, and Ben Simmons looked like the greatest nigga to ever touch a.
But they was playing lottery teams during that.
They were, but they were running so well.
Yeah,
they were running. I honestly think they need two different type players. I told you that. I think Joel Embiid needs a point guard like Rondo or Lonzo, and I think Ben Simmons needs a center like Anthony Davis. I just don't think them two together because Joel Embiid, for one, is going to have to get way more in shape.
Yeah.
And Ben Simmons is going to have to learn how to shoot. In this era where you're a score first point guard, but you got Damian Lillard, Steph Curry, Westbrook, Kyrie, you got to shoot the rock, yo. You can't be out there as a liability in a fucking transition and can't pull up.
Real shit.
Yeah,
You look nuts.
When you can't out big people and then you got to start making fucking shots, you've been exposed now.
I'm just happy that Jason Tatum is looking as good as he is.
Tatum is a
Because
fucking man.
What did I say in the pre-draft, Ra?
You said he's going to be the best player in this draft.
I said it, and even with Donovan Mitchell, I still am holding. I think Jason Tatum is going to Did he finish leading the league in threes?
I'm not sure.
I knew he was there for most of the season, but it's like just leading the league in 3-pointers for the year as a rookie is like, yo, Jason Tatum. And you watched him the other night, like he was ball. You seen what he told Embiid? You got lucky as shit, though. Like I was about to dunk all on your motherfucking ass. You got lucky out here. I fucks with Jason Tatum. So
the Sixers could have used him the other night.
I said I don't see how the Sixers didn't take him, but
that's Colangelo. I mean, if we had Hinkie. Hinkie never makes that trade.
James Harden.
You think that's his comp? You think that's who takes?
No. He's the one that led the league.
Oh, James Harden led the league in threes.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, James Harden might scumbag him the MVP this year. I hate it.
I mean, Russell scumbag the fucking MVP.
Yeah, Russ ain't deserved that.
He didn't deserve.
I'm still hot at that
Russ
shit.
deserved that.
No, the fuck he didn't.
Yes, he did.
Looking back, because once you turn around and do it again, we like, oh, you the best nigga on a horrible team. You're not the MVP of the league.
Harden deserved
First
that
round exit 2 years in a fucking row.
Kawhi deserved that shit last year. Because Kawhi had that motherfucking team balling.
Yeah, they did.
And then you seen when he got hurt,
they
went from up 20 to losing outright against the Warriors. Like, to me, he should have won the MVP.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, Russ definitely shouldn't have got that jump.
Hey, real quick, you want to talk about this Kevin Hart shit?
Oh, yeah. So J. Cole put the video out for
I saw this
for
shit.
Kevin's Hart.
I was talking about, okay, well, we can go that into the other one.
We can go right into the next one. So he put out J. Cole put out a video called Kevin's Heart. Basically, the song talks about the struggles that a man faces, being successful, being in the entertainment industry. It's basically like pussy everywhere, and it's looking for me. How do I avoid it? And he, it's basically like, I thought it was dope because number one, Kevin Hart's in the video. Mm-hmm. Number two, this is kind of like one of the final steps to him really like publicly like living his truth and accepting what he did, and and apparently his wife was aware of the creation of the song from the beginning and all that, and they met with J. Cole and he talked about the video and Kev agreed to do it and all that shit. And I just think artistically it's like a moment in like culture where it's like an artist and an actor, comedian, whatever, are coming together to create something for the people, and both of them being vulnerable and saying, hey, this is like the pitfalls of like what successful men go through. And Kevin Hart ain't the first nor the last motherfucker that's gonna get caught cheating on their wife. It just so happens that his shit was such a big huge scandal, namely in part because of the next thing that we about to talk about.
I haven't seen the Kevin Hart's video. I haven't listened to J. Cole's album, I'll be honest.
I listened to it a little bit.
Huh?
You missing out.
I mean, I'll try.
I'm not even really a big fan of J. Cole. That album is amazing.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like, it started off a little slow, but last 7 to 8 tracks, he get rolling.
I'm going to tell you an album I have listened to. Have you listened to Post Malone's album?
No, I haven't.
That shit all that.
I ain't listened to that.
Yo. You know he's number one in the country.
Yeah, he's number one in the universe.
Nigga did 500,000 this week. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I didn't think Post Malone was like that big of a star. Nigga did $500,000 in a week.
Like, Post Malone is huge. He just don't take showers.
This album's, I listened to like the first 7 joints. This album's pretty cool.
I'm going to listen to that on the way home. But yeah,
Did you see that Childish Gambino video?
That's what we're going to talk about after the Kevin Hart shit. We got 2 more joints, Just.
So the Kevin Hart cheating scandal took a crazy ass left turn this week when it was revealed that the extortionist was his friend. Somebody that he's known literally for 15 years.
I seen him on like a lot of shit.
Yeah, absolutely, because he got a funny ass face. He looked like a salamander with an afro.
Yeah.
So it's easy to like spot him.
Reminds me of Thirst from the Sprite commercials.
Yes, exactly. So apparently this is a guy that Kevin vacationed with, toured with. Fucking, he put him in 3 or 4 movies. Like,
he was at his wedding.
Like, this is his guy, and he tried to fucking extort him for $10 million behind a fucking cheating scandal. And it's just like the craziest shit ever, because it's like, yo, if you're going to betray a Kevin Hart, who you going to be loyal to?
Really?
Like if a motherfucker put me in 3-4 like cameos in a video, I'm gonna be loyal for life. Let alone 3-4 movies. And you gonna fucking do him dirty and try to extort him?
That's horrible.
That's some crazy. That just goes to show you don't have no moral fabric at all.
Motherfuckers is pieces of shit out here, yo. Like it's when I seen it, I'm like, damn. Like they got multiple pictures together. I'm like, damn. Like your folks, like straight trying to ruin your whole shit.
Yeah. And the biggest problem is like, dog, you could have skated under the radar, but you just went to the fucking moon and the stars and asked for $10 million. Like, nigga, for $10 million, my wife can. I'd rather my wife divorce me and take $10 million than to pay some dickhead in the shadows $10 million, because then you gonna think the next $10 million is coming after I pay you. Like, what do you think? I'm fucking made of money? I'm not no fucking moron. The one silver lining here is that the whores maintained from the beginning that it wasn't them.
We thought it was the whores.
We thought it was the whores. It was not the whores. So shout out to the whores for holding it down. The whores are now up 1. You know what I'm saying? Usually it's the scumbag whores that take pictures of you when you sleep and all that. It was not the whores this time. It was Kev's man set up a camera in his room. What the fuck, dog?
Who would have thought that these hoes is loyal? Who would have thought?
Who would have thought that Chris Breezy would be proven wrong?
Ain't that crazy?
My god.
Like, your man set up a camera in the hotel room to catch you cheating and then held that shit and was trying to take 10 mil from you for the tape. You're looking at your homie like, why didn't you just ask me for something? Or present a business, something.
Like, nigga, this is not the Lindbergh baby. Like, how do you ask for $10 million for a sex tape? Like, like my wife know what she got into. He, like, no disrespect. Kev Hart probably done had a Nico eating plenty of pussy over the years. Like, I'm pretty sure of it. Like, he was married when they fucking met and when they got together. And I don't care how many times Kevin Hart tell that story that she didn't. No, you're fucking lying, nigga. The timelines are looking funny in the light. So I'm pretty sure you didn't probably tossed her with a broad or two over the fucking years. Because we already seen that you a wild nigga and you into threesomes and all type of crazy shit and eating bitches' asses. So I'm pretty sure that the woman you marry is not no docile sexual creature that's not fulfilling you. So you
probably got a crawl space.
For sure.
Yeah.
So with that being said, it's like, all the things considered, if we from the outside can analyze this and say asking for 10 million is too much, how a nigga that's on the inside can't be like, I probably should have asked for 750,000. You know what I'm saying? Like, why you can't compartmentalize that? Like, yo, you kind of went too far.
Like you drawing
10 million. A Russian hitman costs 100,000.
It's a mess.
Nigga be back in Moscow before the motherfucking blood dry.
Yeah, real talk. Nigga be gone.
Like,
What
what?
do you say on Four Brothers? I pay for out of town hitmen. I get in town hitmen. You know what I get? In town police. In town problems. That shit real.
God damn. 10 million?
Pray for everybody around Kevin Hart.
That
Spank,
shit is crazy.
you gotta take Spank phone. Everybody, watch all them niggas.
You gotta incinerate everybody's phone. My wife gonna call me on that number, nigga. Fuck your wife, nigga. You want to stay part of Heartbeat? You don't have no phone, nigga. You ain't got no phone, nigga.
Yeah. But one last thing before we get out of here. I saw Think Pieces today. The video just came out, and it just was bothering me so much. Childish Gambino is
Donald Glover.
That's him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to explain this to earlier. And like my homie's like, no, that's two different people. I'm like,
nigga, no.
No, the fuck it isn't. I'm like, he like, no, that's his brother. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
No, that's his brother. You know what I was watching the other day? I was watching fucking the Best of Martin clips on YouTube, and fucking Hustle Man walked in the fucking in the studio with the fucking kazoo tapes.
Yeah.
He said, Hustle Man, what you doing? He said, no, you got me confused, Chief. I'm Hustle Marsalis, Bradford and Winton's brother.
When that nigga bent down to pick up the feet.
He said, how you going front on me, man, in front of the man? I see you tapping your feet to pick up the pieces.
Real quick, we're going to get back to this. But Hustle Man has the funniest fucking little, like, snippets
like
in Martin.
45 seconds.
When you ever see the joint when Martin lost his wedding ring and Hustle Man came walking into the barbershop? Said Hustle Man is in the house. Wow, wow, wow. That nigga made his own theme music when he walked into the
Fucking hustle, man.
He was like, yo, you got any wedding rings? He was like, oh, yeah, that's over here in the jewelry department. And pulled a bag of rings out of his pocket. Damn, but yeah, you made me think about that. But no, Childish Gambino released his new song. It's called This Is America. The video has internet on fire. Twitter.
He did like 7 million views in a day.
Yeah, everybody's fake smart today because they literally are breaking down this video into so many different angles. You saw the video.
Yeah.
You saw the video.
Yeah. Watched it a couple times.
What you got? What you got? Look, I want to hear Rod first.
I'm gonna. I only watched it once, so it's like
I watched it a couple times. So my initial thoughts is he's making a statement about the status of America and like gun control in particular, and the fact that like if you black, you can get your hands on a gun easier than you can get your hands on a fucking college degree, and niggas is just killing niggas with like no recourse. And specifically like with the choir shit, that was a ode to the Dylan Roof shit,
Right.
with motherfuckers
Getting shot
the
down
gun
in
shit going so far, people going in churches and killing people in churches. And it's like America enables you to get guns and to kill motherfuckers and do this and do that, and then they hunt you the fuck down at the end of it all, but when they gave you the tools that enabled you to go and criminalize yourself instead of giving you the tools to educate yourself and to lift yourself up and fucking be a better person.
I thought it was interesting that like while all the chaos was going on, people chasing each other, shooting each other, stabbing each other, breaking into cars, throwing fucking Molotov cocktails, him and the black kids was doing the shoot. I thought that was interesting, where it's like, no matter what, we keep the party going.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Did you notice who that was playing the guitar?
Playing the guitar. No, I
Trayvon
didn't.
Martin's dad.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
And then he shot Trayvon Martin's dad in the head. And then later on in the video, Trayvon Martin's dad with the bag on his head, bloody, is still playing the guitar.
Right.
Like he lost his fucking life, but he's still moving along to the beat. Crazy, right?
I need to watch that again.
Hey, so it's like it's a lot of little parts to it. Like I peeped him when he walked on. I'm like, oh, that's Trayvon Martin Pop.
Yeah.
And that's who he shot in the head to start the fucking video.
And I know like Scissors in the video.
Scissors in it. I knew that when I saw the nappy weave, I'm like, oh, that's Scissors. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's a lot of little shit in the video that's just like the fact that when he shoots Trayvon Martin dead or when he shoots the choir, somebody rushes in and takes the gun with a cloth. And like, it's like guns get treated better than black people.
Yeah.
Like it's just a lot of little shit in the video. The think pieces I saw today were just too much. Like let it just sit. Let it walk.
Yo, niggas got full blown like YouTube reaction videos with like production.
I don't know where this became a thing, but they get hundreds of thousands of views. People will film themselves reacting to whatever the new video is.
Yeah.
Like the Joyner Lucas motherfuckers have videos where they're reacting to the shit, and I'm just like, people are retarded.
People will watch anything.
People watch anything.
Yeah.
I told you the highest paid YouTuber nigga, he makes $15 million a year playing video games.
Yeah, I mean, like
Crazy.
esports is like the next big thing. Like that's
It's nuts. But the video is it's definitely good. The song, and then at the end he's getting chased by everybody. And it's like, regardless of you doing all these things, you're a black man. We spoke about this earlier before you still gotta run.
Yeah, you going down. That's why to me, when people talk about like the black on black crime narrative versus like police and white people, just random white people killing black people, it's not the same. Because when I kill Ra or when Ra kills Matt, we go to fuck to jail. 9 times out of 10, we go to jail for the fucking rest of our lives. And when police officer Brukowski kills me, he get a fucking paid vacation, he get fucking to go see a psychologist, and then he get his motherfucking job back. And that's the difference. Like, there's nobody being held accountable when that authority figure takes my life, but I'm gonna go to jail for the rest of my life for killing Ra.
I don't even like the fact that they bring up black on black crime. Like people who live in the same area kill each other.
It's called proximity killing. It has nothing to,
it's like it's not black on black crime. Like white people who live by each other kill each other just as much. It's just like that's just a way of like caping.
Yeah. I never thought about that.
Yeah, it's a segment thing. It's called proximity killing, and it basically is like, all right, let's take the race part out of it. Let's look at where people live. People who live within close quarters of one another kill each other. You know why? Because they're going to come in contact with one another, and that conflict is what creates the domino effect of murder.
Yeah.
I kill Ra. Fucking Ra cousin kills me. My brother kills Rod's cousin. It's a fucking cycle. And if you look at motherfuckers that live in trailer parks and shit like that, or fucking Mexicans that live in New Mexico and Southwest Texas and shit like that, it's the same fucking shit because you're gonna kill who you come in contact with the most.
Yeah, true.
But nobody has no segmentation about Chinese on Chinese killing. It's not a thing because they're not trying to marginalize them because they have an economic power structure to where they can say, oh, you want to play that game? Watch this. We're going to put X amount of ads on television talking about the bullshit that y'all do, and nobody wants to deal with that shit. Nobody talks about, Mexican on Mexican. Like, they don't talk about that shit. You know what they tell you when you hear about Mexicans on the news? They're the fastest growing minority population in America. That's all they talk about. The whole Obama administration, that's all they talked about. You never heard a segment on the news about the rise on Mexican killing.
Yeah.
And you never will.
Yeah,
even with Donald Trump trying to get these motherfuckers going, you ain't gonna hear about, they killing. You might hear about them killing white people or some shit that they're gonna try to create some sort of spin machine, but you never hear that.
Donald Trump really might be the worst president ever.
Ain't no might.
Yeah.
Ain't no might.
It's bad. Like,
he doesn't have no sense. Just how Kanye doesn't have no sense of, sensitivity to other people's feelings because he just literally blurting out whatever he thinks at the moment. Donald Trump is just he's on the job training. He just figuring this shit out as he goes along. Right. So it's like, all I know is I got rich friends. I want to serve my rich friends' interests because when I'm not president no more, I still got to go out here and be a rich white man and be friends with these rich white motherfuckers. So I got to help my friends. It's the same way if I'm in jail and I will look up one day and you were the motherfucking warden, I'm having a party every motherfucking night as long as it don't get you fired because I still want you to be the warden. So I'm going to push my boundaries all the way to the very, very edge of what's going to make the situation hot. But I'm doing what the fuck I want, though.
Yeah.
I'm getting my dick sucked on the visit. I'm eating all the fucking commissary. Like, I'm doing whatever I want because my man is the warden. And if I got a problem with you, I'm getting you moved off the block.
Yeah.
Simple as that. So it's the same shit with being president. It's just to the highest degree possible.
Yeah, pretty much.
Shit is crazy.
It's a shit show. But you got anything else you want to throw out there?
I'm done.
Go watch that video, y'all. It's called This Is America.
Watch This Is America. Watch Kevin's Heart, and then watch that R. Kelly documentary on the BBC, man.
Yeah, I'm
on
check
YouTube.
that out.
And if you haven't listened to J. Cole, listen to that album.
I'm gonna check it out. I'll listen to it.
Especially listen to the last track.
The last track, is that what it's called?
God. No.
It's
1985.
Okay.
I heard 1985. So
that shit is crazy.
Okay. What's it about?
I'll let you find out.
Okay.
But he's talking about another rapper, but it's like really dope.
Okay, I'll check it out. The anything else you want to throw out there?
Listen to the Sneaker Podcast, first inaugural sneaker episode sponsored by Kicks USA. Listen to that. Listen to the first 54 episodes. There's a lot of people that's just now getting hip to the show. A lot of them text me daily, where's the new show? The new show is out now, so you're listening to it. And make sure y'all are leaving comments and ratings on iTunes. We need that shit in order for us to chart, because for all these fucking downloads that we're doing, we should be having way more fucking comments, and 239 comments is not enough. Oh yeah, and don't forget to do your best to spam the other fake realest podcast ever.
Oh, there's another one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yo,
we have a doppelganger.
I listened to an episode of that. It sounds like these guys are recording off like the speaker on their cell phone.
It's some down south shit.
It's some geeky country bumpkin shit.
They're using the Anchor app, which maxes you out at a 20-minute episode.
Oh. So this is just stupid on stupid, basically.
Yeah, it's some guy that decided to record his podcast on his iPhone and then upload it using a free app that slams it with advertisements from their company.
Damn. We shouldn't even be talking about them on air.
Really.
It's like, that's kind of a bad look.
I just want them to no longer exist.
I mean, y'all about to be on a Roots picnic. It's not like they could rock with that.
No.
After.
Yeah, they may not even know we exist
Oh.
in all reality, but
Chad's just a petty.
we're in 77 countries. You got to know something. This is a new outfit that just popped up last week. We've been around for a year and 4 months now. Like, you got to know something.
Follow me on Instagram. Matt makes me sick.
Don't follow me on social media. Fuck y'all.
Twitter, Matt makes me sick. Stop following me on Snapchat. I don't. Yo, I get so many.
Add me on Snap, bro.
Yeah, I was like, yo, I don't use this joint at all. You got anything you want to put out there?
Peace and blessings, positive energy. That's it.
I'm just happy Rod came over.
Absolutely.
That's what's dope. We close now, so Rod just like, oh shit, I'm about to slide through.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
No, that ride to the Northeast was some other shit.
Was stressful.
It's like you. Do you need me?
On the episode, we found Rod. Y'all sure y'all want me to? Yo, we out, man. We talk to y'all next week.